Hello people of Earth, it's your pal the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Tonight we're crowning a new GWA World Champion in Fire Pro Wrestling World. But first I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we're happy to have you with us, and we hope the day finds you well. Okay. Oh, hang on. Normally I head right to the event screen, but instead of the event screen, let's head down to the event center. Talk about tonight's major matchups, at least the ones that we've booked for the first show. Alright, I was so distracted by them I almost wasn't looking at the proper text file to do my very canned intro. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the stuff we're going to see on the Year 7 March show. That's going to be the first one that we're broadcasting to you. Got a lot of friends in for this one, including this tag team title matchup. For the first time ever in a GWA ring, the NXT Junior Tag Team Championships are on the line as champions Ilya Dragunov of GWA and Mike Bird of NXT are taking on Tommaso Ciampa and Cameron Grimes, also of NXT, hoping to take the titles back to their home promotions. So Ciampa and Grimes coming in to take on Dragunov and his NXT Junior Tag Team Championship partner, Mike Bird. That should be an interesting one, mostly because I don't know much about Mike Bird. But I don't know much about many things. I do know that I don't know why I put myself down like that. I do know that we're putting another friendly belt on the line on the March show as the Dragon Gate Junior title is on the line. Champion Flamita is with the GWA, and coming in from Dragon Gate is Yamato to challenge Flamita for the belt one-on-one. And then, of course, our big main event for the vacant GWA World title, the finals of our GWA World title tournament. Bret Hart is going to be facing CM Punk one-on-one. The winner to be crowned the, let me think, probably 7th, because I'm going to count the 6th reign as a vacant reign. Yeah, the 7th GWA World Champion in our history, including a vacant 6th reign. We're going to keep track of how many times vacant gets a reign, how long they keep it. Obviously, they don't get any defenses or anything like that, but it has remained vacant for a couple of months now. And all that will change at the end of our first event. As we said, Bret Hart taking on CM Punk. We also have some other bit of news to talk about. We did a bit of a... Let me get back on screen here. Hiya! We did a bit of a sort of a stable refresh. By that I mean we sort of like, on the Discord, I posted who is in each stable, as there's been a lot of roster shakeups that I should also discuss. Let's see, Randy Orton is no longer with the GWA. Yuji Hino is no longer with the GWA. Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Tejano Jr. are no longer with the GWA. That is half of the Heartbreakers right there, which leads me directly to our next piece of news. Now, there is a trios tag team match scheduled for our March show here, where the Heartbreakers are taking on what remains of the Standard, with the leader of the Standard, Bret Hart, of course, being the GWA World Championship match for the main event. Shawn Michaels apparently quite embittered about not being in the finals, not getting a chance at the GWA World Championship, something that has eluded him his entire GWA career, has made some roster changes in the Heartbreakers, and as we said, Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Tejano Jr., the Junior Achievers. Let me just check our tag championship history. I believe possibly the first champs in our history. Hang on one second, that's the wrong way. Champs, please, way up, y'all. Yeah, our inaugural tag team champions, Dragon Rojo Jr. and El Tejano Jr., collectively known as the Junior Achievers, no longer with the promotion. That also means that Dragon Rojo Jr., the only 3-time junior champion in the history of the GWA, also no longer with us. I mean, as part of that. So now a new era in the junior division about to open up. I can tell you that the other stable that has made sweeping changes. So let's actually take a look at the updated roster there of the Heartbreakers. Now that those two gentlemen are no longer affiliated. So it's just Flamita and Shawn Michaels. But as we said, there is a trios match scheduled. And Shawn Michaels has assured us that the roster spots have been filled. In fact, I'm getting word that one of the mystery gentlemen is going to introduce the other. Hang on one second. See if we can patch them through here. We're about to find out who is Heartbreaker mystery member number 1 in light of a trios or not a championship match, but a trios match we're going to get to in this March show. So hold on. Can you hear me over there? Hey, yo. Oh my god. Scott Hall has joined the Heartbreakers. That is definitely a size upgrade from someone like an El Tejano Jr. or a Dragon Rojo Jr. What on earth is Shawn? I mean, I suppose when Shawn Michaels needs help, you turn to the click. So here now, Scott Hall has joined the Heartbreakers. Oh, he's still on the line. Scott, are you still there? Hey, yo. Chico, we got the Heartbreak mic. We got the Flaming mic. We got the Bad mic. And Chico, when you live life on the razor's edge, sometimes you stare into the abyss, and the abyss stares back at you. And we got the Monster mic. Oh my god, the fourth and final member, new member of the Heartbreakers is Abyss. Holy crap, what a heater that has been added to Shawn Michaels' stable of the Heartbreakers. Let me get back on screen to react. Aghast, as though I had no idea that that was about to happen. So we now have a fully complete Heartbreaker stable. Shawn Michaels recruiting Scott Hall and Abyss to take the places of El Tejano Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. Let's get finally to the GWA screen so we can see how that plays out in our first card of the day. Oh, and I didn't even mention that we're debuting Vader in our first match of the day, as Vader's going one-on-one with Jon Moxley. And then, of course, you see here in our second match is that trios match we were talking about, where Mike Bailey, Will Hobbs, and Brody Lee of the Standard are going to be taking on the new Heartbreakers trio of Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, and Abyss. And let me also tell you that I checked out Shawn Michaels, the edit, and he was not, his CPU logic was not set to ever actually attempt his real finisher. So the version of the sweet chin music he's been using to finish people off occasionally is apparently the secondary, like that's the special version, like, you know, not the finisher version, which he is now, I would hope, going to attempt in these matches. So we're going to see that coming up. Fingers crossed. You'll know it because it's an out of the corner sweet chin music, as opposed to the one where he just does it from a front grapple, like where he just catches them quick. It's the one where I don't know if he stamps his feet, but it's certainly one where he's going to like gear up toward it. Speaking of gearing up, Becky Lynch better be geared up because we got Deonna Purrazzo in from Impact Wrestling to take her on one-on-one. Then we have a bit of a, I don't know if you want to call it a grudge match, but a bit of a personal issue to be settled here between Kurt Angle and Adam Page, sometimes tag partners, sometimes opponents. And then, as we said, we got a triple main event headed your way. Cameron Grimes and Tommaso Ciampa in from NXT to try to wrest the junior tag team titles away from Mike Bird and our very own Ilya Dragunov. Following that, we have the Dragon Gate junior title on the line as Flamita, the fourth and the only surviving member of the Heartbreakers, well, other than the leader, Shawn Michaels, I suppose, is putting the Dragon Gate Junior belt on the line against Dragon Gate Yamato. And in the main event, it's an all GWA main event, the finals of the Heavyweight World Title Tournament. We are finally going to crown ourselves a new GWA champion. It is going to be Bret Hart or CM Punk. So let's see, should be a pretty decent show for the 1,250 in attendance, as we are in Japan once again, trying to boost ourselves internationally. Once I got this $1 million a month deal to broadcast my shows everywhere, I figure I might as well start some international expansion, especially just on the minor shows. I'll bop back for the major shows to our home base, America, like 5-6 times a year. And then the other half of the year, we're kind of like, I mean, I'm going to try Japan a little bit and then go back to Mexico, try Europe a little bit, go back to Mexico, go back to Japan. I got to start bouncing around a little more. Anyway, no more bouncing around for me. Let's get to the ring for our first matchup of the day. Let me save this again. I don't know why, but I will, even though I already made sure to save it here after everyone showed up for work. And Jon Moxley's got some work ahead of him if he wants to defeat Vader, who's going to be debuting for us. The man they call Vader is the Wild Thing, Jon Moxley. See if Moxley can even get this guy up for a paradigm shift. Pop! To the ring we go. As always, the boss with the sauce. He's in charge of the win or the loss. Mr. Bigfoot. Calling for the bell here, and we are underway. Oh, looks like we're in sort of a gymnasium setting here in Japan. But again, a sellout crowd of over 1,250 people. Only our second Japanese show, so that's something, nothing to sneeze about. Mind you, we got some high-profile talent that's been traditionally popular in Japan. I speak, of course, about one of the most popular gaijin in Puroresu history. Big Van Vader, the masked gentleman. Oof. In there against Jon Moxley, once again wearing his more serious wrestling attire. Seems the influence of Mitsuharu Misawa starting to rub off on Moxley a little bit, taking himself a little more seriously inside the ring. It's good to see. Not that he didn't take himself seriously before, but perhaps more seriously on a technical side as opposed to a pure violent side of approach. Coming out of Jon Moxley here in the months to come. See if that influence continues. So Misawa has sort of, I don't want to say taken him under his wing, but an unlikely friendship seems to have struck up between the two. There are talks of them forming a long-term tag team, but that's kind of up in the air. Moxley has very few friends, but those that he has, he knows he can count on. Might be one or two other individuals in mind. Oh my gosh, just battered by Vader. He may have knocked the information out of Moxley's head there with it. Nope, just a 2 count. As I said, this is the debut of Vader for the GWA, a full-time roster member here. Everyone put on notice. Vader sent off the ropes. Nice high back body drop there. Impressive show of strength from Moxley, able to get the big man up. Able to elevate the 400-pounder. Hang on. Oh. Vader's got to be between 350 and 4, I would think. Just a thick, not even stocky, just a big beefy dude. Hang on. Crowd getting behind Moxley for kicking out at 1 after that attack from Vader. Oh my God, just get beaten down to the canvas is Moxley here. Oh, Vader salt to the small of the back. Might be pulling him into a cover here. 1, 2, and no, Moxley just able to escape. You can see Vader needs to take a bit of time here, catch his breath. Moxley looking to capitalize. Locks him into a single-leg Boston Crab. The powerful Vader would have fight his way free. Nice body slam there by Moxley. Fending off the big man once again. Moxley trying to strike while the iron is hot here. Going for the paradigm shift, but Vader fends him off and catches his breath. This can spell doom for Moxley if Vader can get up and rolling again quickly. A second attempt at the paradigm shift. No go. This time Moxley spills out to the floor. That allows Vader more time to catch his wind. 3 attempts in a row. Oh, this time he turns it into a butterfly suplex. So he at least lands a move on the big man. Oh, and he pays for it with that short arm clothesline. Big splash into a pin. 2. Kick out at 2. Polite applause from the crowd. Oh, man. Just lets that suplex go halfway through, does Moxley. Oh, God. And then flipped inside out with that powerbomb from Vader. The only thing saving Moxley there was the rope break. Paradigm shift. He got the big man up. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. Vader escapes. Got the big man rocking and reeling here, does Moxley. Oh, God. Oh. Backdrop suplex. Tries to fight his way back to his feet, but Vader just clubs him back down. Could be either man's match here. I would say next major move could put the other away. Hang on. Oh, able to counter the powerbomb into a pin. 2. Vader kicks out. Just past 10 minutes gone here. Another nice butterfly suplex. Moxley's got the momentum on his side. Another paradigm shift. Vader's back to his feet. Short arm clothesline and he climbs the ropes. Moonsault by Vader. 2. No. Moxley gets out. Dear Lord. Oh, what a clubbing blow there by Vader, who's got to catch his breath once again. A lot packed into these 12 minutes of action. Oh, back elbow by Vader. Moxley sends him off the ropes once more. Nice falling clothesline, both men down. Vader's up first. Pulling Moxley back to his feet and setting him up for another powerbomb. Rolls him into the cover, but does not take into account that he's got the ropes there. Oh, another backdrop suplex. Just tosses him away, Saito style. And then waits for Moxley to get back to his feet. Big Vader attack off the ropes. Paradigm shift! But Moxley can't make the cover. Vader again back to his feet. Choke slam, flips him inside out. Somehow Moxley's still fighting here. Goes for another paradigm shift. Vader counters and sends him to the floor. No countouts or DQs out here. This could get deadly. Immediately Moxley goes for a paradigm shift like he heard me. Hang on. Oh, powerbomb on the floor to Jon Moxley. With such force that he flips over. Moxley trying to grab an equalizer. Able to DDT Vader. Not quite on the chair. Didn't quite land it like he wanted. Oh, God. Another powerbomb. Vader breaking up the count. That's not happening. Ooh. Remember, it is his first time in a GWA ring. Not quite familiar with the no count-out rules. Paradigm shift on the floor as well. Both men hitting finish after finish in this one. Oh, God. Another powerbomb by Vader. Now Vader grabs a chair. Back into the ring, he's got to watch himself. Oh, smartly drops it right away, does Vader. Now he's smart enough to pull Moxley away from the ropes, and back to the top he goes. Another Vader salt into the cover. 1, 2. Moxley escapes it 2. Paradigm shift. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. Vader kicks. Back and forth we go. I don't know how many paradigm shifts Vader has suffered and survived. Roughly equal to how many power bombs Jon Moxley's been hit with. Oh, hang on. Oh, God. Moxley clutching at the neck. In a big, bad way here. Oh, now gets the DDT on the chair to Vader. Was looking for that earlier in the match. Back into another butterfly. Moxley with one last burst of adrenaline here, perhaps. Oh, just thwarted once again, but you can see Vader dazed as well. 20 minutes gone in this one and a lot taken out of both competitors. Let's see who survives this contest. Oh, Vader with a clubbing clothesline. Oh. Hang on. Another vicious backdrop suplex. Both men back to their feet. Vader unable to put together that powerbomb away from the ropes. Moxley with a butterfly suplex onto the chair this time. Drags him away. Looking to follow up here is the Wild Thing. Hang on, Vader! Oh, God! Powerbomb onto the chair! Drags him away from the ropes this time and rolls him into the cover. 1, 2... No! Moxley kicks out! More guts than brains, it could be argued at this point. You could say it for either gentleman. The suffering both have endured in this Vader's debut. Dear God! What a clothesline, and Moxley spills to the floor. Choke slam. Flips him over as well. Paradigm shift onto the unprotected floor. That is wood paneling on top of concrete, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God, and now Moxley tastes it as well with that powerbomb. Paradigm shift after paradigm shift, and Moxley cannot seem to keep Vader down. But likewise, Vader cannot powerbomb Moxley and get him in a position to make a proper pin. The one time he did, Moxley somehow, some way able to kick out. And this fight rages on. First fight of the night, and it's a doozy here. Once again, spilling out to the floor. Quick bear hug. That's not going to win in the match, but that might just suck the wind out of Jon Moxley or press the wind out of him like a bagpipe. Vader signaling for the end and gets hit with another paradigm shift. Moxley retreating to the ring now. The only place a 3-counter tap out can be counted. And then he's suplexed by the man they call Vader. Look at him fighting back. Up top goes Moxley. This is a rare occurrence. Big diving shoulder off the top by Jon Moxley. Oh God, powerbomb! Vader again rolling into the cover. Gotta drag him away from the ropes, buddy. Short arm clothesline by the Mastodon. Go behind, planted once again. Vader can land one of these power bombs center of the ring. It might be curtains. Mind you, he just got hit with another paradigm shift. Oh my God, he's back to his feet before Moxley. Just dumps him on that suplex. Powerbomb! Into the cover. 1, 2, no! Moxley again kicks out. Paradigm shift by Moxley. Vader immediately back to his feet. These two men slugging it out almost half an hour into this singles contest. Nothing but pride, and the winners share the purse on the line. Big suplex from Vader. Thwarts a paradigm shift. Looking to powerbomb Moxley out of the ring, not quite. Once again, Vader goes for the cover into the ropes. Might have to tweak the edit a little bit. Should be smarter than that, Vader. Double arm butterfly from the Wild Thing. Headed up top. Another big shoulder block. Straight shot. Able to drop Vader 30 minutes into this contest. Oh my God, another powerbomb and another ill-fated pin attempt. Pill attempt. Paradigm shift, just able to drag him up. Into the cover, 1, 2. Vader's out. This match is never going to end. Neither man willing to yield. Neither man giving an inch. 30 minutes plus in your opening contest here. Oh, another vicious suplex. I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively give both of these gentlemen next month off. Good gracious me. Into the cover goes Vader. 1, 2. Moxley out again, and we fight on. Moxley with another 6th or 8th burst of adrenaline in this one. Oh God, just turn inside out. That vicious clothesline from Vader. Oh. Follows it up with a suplex, pulls him away from the ropes. Sends him across. What does Vader have in mind here? Vader bomb! Vader bomb into the cover. 1, 2, no! Moxley again kicks out into a paradigm shift. 1, 2, no! Vader escapes again. What is it going to take for either gentleman in this one? Victory is going to come at a heck of a cost. Regardless of who wins this, Vader salt, but again too close to the ropes. Just think, folks, if this is what the level of competition is in the opening matchup, just wait until your main event when we crown a new GWA World Champion. Bret Hart, CM Punk still to come. Big clothesline from Vader. Man, if he went for that bear hug in the ring, it'd be over. Oh. Moxley again deciding to trade blows with Vader, and this time coming up the better for it. Pulls the big man back to his feet. Oh, and down he goes. Vader wisely trying to catch his breath after every major move here. Looking for the combination that's going to put Moxley down and out. Able to stop another paradigm shift. Oh, big Vader attack. Choke slam flips him over. Moxley able to slow him down with a DDT. That's not going to stop the big man, but that's going to slow him down. Moxley looking to widen that advantage here. Oof. Gets cut off. Where's Vader going? From there? Oh, God, another Vader salt, but again. The ring positioning playing a definite factor here. Oh, hang on. Oh, I thought he may have been dragging him away from the ropes to attempt another Vader salt, but he gets spiked with probably the 1000th paradigm shift of the match. But again, he's back to his feet. Powerbomb! Into the cover. 1, 2. Moxley kicks out at 2. We're about to hit 40 minutes in this one. There are no time limits. There must be a winner. Oh, God. Up he goes once more. Vader salt. 1, 2, 3. Mercifully. 41 minutes plus in his debut contest. What a war between Vader and Jon Moxley. Holy crap. Now, if that's not in the 90s, thank you. 94. Holy moly. Holy moly. Well, all right then. Well, they certainly went ham. Man, I can't wait to see how busted to crap they are. I had plans for maybe. I know I tentatively try to book ahead now. I had plans for one of y'all. I don't think either of you are going to be in shape for anything after that. What a war! And that is just your opening contest. As we said, oh yeah, now we're going to debut the new lineup of the Heartbreakers. You're going to see Heartbreaker member Flamita defending the Dragon Gate Junior Championship later in the show, but right now, Shawn Michaels rolling out the 2 newest members, Scott Hall and Abyss, joining Shawn Michaels in the this Heartbreakers trio up against the trio representing the standard of Will Hobbs, Mike Bailey, and Brody Lee. Should be a very interesting contest. Shawn Michaels certainly beefing up his stable. Let's get down to the ring to see how this trios contest shakes out, so everyone can say hello to the bad guy. As always, creature on feature, Mr. Bigfoot opens the match by calling for the bell. Scott Hall electing to start for his squad, and Mike Bailey for the standard. There you see the 2 newest members, as well as their leader, Shawn Michaels, Abyss, and Scott Hall here, and part of the Heartbreakers. Yes, sir, lots of roster changes in these coming months here. Had some key departures, some staff changeover, if you will. And in comes the bad guy, the outsider, as he wants to be known, Scott Hall. Still refers to his finisher as the Razor's Edge, but refers to himself as the outsider. Now, quick tag there as Scott Hall sends Bailey into his own corner, and in comes Brody Lee. There's some big man on big man violence, mind you. At the size difference on the Shawn Michaels Heartbreaker side of things there, as he has recruited the sizable Scott Hall, who's between, I think he's 6'6", 6'8", somewhere in there, as is the monster Abyss, now tagged against Brody Lee. Nice belly-to-belly by the big man on a big man. And Brody Lee's seen enough for the moment, and in comes powerhouse Will Hobbs to get him some of Abyss. Hobbs, 1/3 of the Impact Trios Championships, along with Bret Hart and Eddie Edwards. Try to put that title on or set that title back to its home promotion at some point in our dealings here. At some point during this year, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get that belt on the line and hopefully have them drop it. But depending on what happens in our main event, Bret Hart might be occupied being our world champion for a while, so who knows? Might have to put that on the back burner. Oof. Abyss looking to burn through Will Hobbs here. Now sending him into the blue corner. We're going to beat him up in front of his friends. Oh. Bit of a feint there by Abyss. Lures Will Hobbs back to his corner for the tag, and in comes Shawn Michaels. And now I did mention before that I have tweaked the CPU logic of Shawn Michaels because I noticed that he was set to never go for his actual finish. So I, adjusted that. So he will now, at opportune moments, go for his actual finishing version of the sweet chin music and not just the front grapple version that is kind of a special more than a finish. Mind you, he's finished matches with it before. Sent off the ropes by Brody Lee and able to knock the big man down with his momentum is Shawn Michaels there. Accustomed to fighting larger men than he is the Heartbreak Kid. Brody Lee looks to be no different here. Shawn Michaels able to win that strike battle in the early going. Tags back into the Monster Abyss. Oh, jeez. Abruptly stops the plans of Brody Lee there and then spikes him with a choke slam right back to his feet as Brody Lee. And he turns Abyss inside out with a huge lariat. In comes Mike Bailey. Bailey and Brody had a couple of cracks at the tag team championship before they were no longer number one contenders. Those belts were held by Yuji Hino and Ray Phoenix for the longest time. Ray Phoenix still with the company. Hang on, that was the ultimate weapon there to the back of Abyss, but quickly in to break it up is Shawn Michaels, who I believe locked Bailey into this headlock to start yelling stuff into his ear. Distracting him long enough for Abyss to make the tag into Scott Hall. The Outsider, one of the two newest members of the Heartbreakers on display here. And folks, I gotta tell you, coming up in the second show tonight, the Year 7 April show, we're going to have some further stable developments. Nicely done. The sack of poop follow-away slam by Scott Hall. And in comes leader of the Heartbreakers. Got to be pleased as punch with his revised lineup here. Got one of his closest friends and the Monster Abyss to watch his back. Shawn Michaels continues his quest to fight his way up the rankings into world title contention. Sky high elbow drop. No one does it quite like old HBK. Will Hobbs on the receiving end. Hobbs now trying to fight his way back into this thing. Definitely the lesser experienced of the competitors in this matchup. Somewhere between Hobbs and Bailey, I would think. Don't quite know when Hobbs started. I know Bailey's like 10 years maybe in the biz. Maybe. Oh, quick refresher here on either side. Scott Hall in for the Heartbreakers. Brody Lee back in and in a... Oh! I was going to say in a spot of trouble for the standard, but able to stop that Razor's Edge attempt and hit the dark side lariat, that discus lariat, and into the cover he goes. Almost putting Scott Hall down fairly early in this trios contest. The Scott Hall choke bottom, if you will. Scott Hall's distinctive choke slam. Able to hit one. Hang on! Razor's Edge upcoming! Plants him center of the ring and into the cover. 1, 2. Mike Bailey just there to break the count in the nick of time as Brody Lee suffers a Razor's Edge from Scott Hall, causing him to tag out. In comes Mike Bailey. In comes the Speedball. In comes the Heartbreak Kid. Pile driver to Mike Bailey. Big pose from HBK. Gotta be feeling it here. Going for the sky-high elbow drop. Plenty of time even after posing. Going up for another one. Flew too close to the sun that time. It's Shawn Michaels. Now Bailey looking to make him pay with a Poison Rana. Kicks to the chest now from the Speedball. Michaels just grabs a face lock. It'll pull him back into the Heartbreaker's corner. The old 10 punch, but we only go to 5. Counters into a powerbomb, pinning predicament here. Almost seals the deal, but Mike Bailey able to get out of that pin attempt and scurry his way back to the corner to tag in Brody Lee. Michaels likewise elects to get a fresh team member in the ring, and Brody Lee and Abyss are face to face. Back and forth these two big men go. Discus lariat by Brody Lee into the cover. 1, 2. Abyss just escapes at 2.9, and the fight continues, nearing 20 minutes now in this trios contest. Big powerbomb by Abyss. Off the ropes comes the monster. Diving clothesline. The new look Heartbreakers against the Standard in trios action. The monster Abyss catching his breath and getting the wind knocked out of his sails with that super kick. Nice double arm by Brody Lee into the cover, but unfortunately the wrong part of town. Abyss just trying to stare Brody Lee down and backed him up into his own corner. And in comes Will Hobbs. Hang on! Shock treatment by Abyss. 1, 2. Mike Bailey once again saving the matchup for his team. Will Hobbs in for the Standard. Powerhouse Will Hobbs against Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels now. Michaels trying to keep Hobbs in the corner of the Heartbreakers, trying to isolate and decimate one member of the Standard at a time until they can pin or submit one of them. Going for another pile driver, nicely executed by Michaels. Off the ropes he comes. There's that forearm into the kip up. Puts him down with the backbreaker and up he goes. He's gonna wait for him to stand though. Body press into the pin. 2. Almost got him, but Will Hobbs able to escape. Saw Scott Hall and Abyss playing defense as they well should. It's up to Will Hobbs to get out of that, and get out of that he did. I don't know how much longer he's gonna last though. Smartly done there by Hobbs, tagging in Mike Bailey. Won't you come home, Mike Bailey? Won't you come home? And now this thing's broken down. Scott Hall, who is legal for the Heartbreakers, on the floor against Will Hobbs and Brody Lee. Meanwhile, in the ring, the sacrificial lamb to the monster Abyss and Shawn Michaels is Speedball Mike Bailey. I do not like Bailey's chances in the ring. Meanwhile, Scott Hall being taken care of outside the ring. This fight is going to continue in this manner until Hall returns. Hall and Bailey, your legal fighters here. No countouts or disqualifications while the legal fighters are outside. Oh, fall away slam into the guardrail on Hobbs by Hall. Scott Hall rolling back into the ring. Mike Bailey conveniently in the corner of the Heartbreakers, but able to hit an ultimate weapon on Scott Hall. Drags away from the ropes, but this is going to be all for naught, as he's in the wrong corner, and Shawn Michaels able to break that pin up at 1. There's no way he would have been able to drag Scott Hall all the way across the ring, though, so he had to try for a pin where he could, I suppose. Now taking out to Will Hobbs. Oh! Trying to play a little fake out there, but Scott Hall wise enough to dodge it. Heartbreakers like this Shawn Michaels-Will Hobbs matchup for whatever reason. They keep going back to it. Boom! And perhaps that's why. Sweet chin music by Shawn Michaels into the cover! 2, 3, that is it! The new look Heartbreaker is able to put down the Standard after sweet chin music to Will Hobbs. Well, all right then. New members of the faction already paying dividends for Shawn Michaels. Super kick B. Super kick B. What? 97. Hot diggity dang. All right. Say that real quick. Coming up next, we have a friend in from Impact Wrestling. Diana Parazzo is in. And I thought immediately, Becky Lynch is a good matchup there. It's arm submission versus arm submission in this one. May the last one to be able to raise their arms have it raised in victory. As we get down to the ring, Mr. Bigfoot signaling for the bell, and we are underway. Big time Bex in her all black gear. Deonna Purrazzo in from Impact Wrestling with the dark hair in the red, black, and white outfit. As I said, both of these competitors utilize a armbar variation as their primary finishing maneuver. I believe Becky goes for more impactful secondary finish. Hang on, nice attempt here. Had a quick rear naked choke. I was just about to put over Deonna Purrazzo's submission game as possibly being stronger overall than Becky Lynch's. But their finishing submission, their signature or finishing submission maneuver, I can guarantee you both of these ladies have mastered. First time we're seeing Deonna Purrazzo in the GWA ring here. Becky Lynch, of course, veteran of the roster at this point. Former junior champion is Becky Lynch, I think. Hang on, let me double check in case I'm lying. I think. Nope. Oh wait, that's the legend. Yeah, former one-time champion Becky Lynch. Phew. I knew she'd be champion at some point. I'm not going that crazy. Look at that. I'm just scrolling through my thing and I have, well, I got most of 4 booked because this is month 3. So I got most of 4 booked and half of 5. So I'm booking like two and a half months in advance on my little sheet here. Oh dear. As we get back to the match itself, I just noticed Becky Lynch has been busted open and busted open in a bad way here. Oh, dearie me. You can see the blood on her face, a little bit on her chest as well. We're going to keep an eye on that wound. We're going to get her patched up after the conclusion of this matchup. Unfortunately, local regulations, and it is a very strange occurrence in this universe alone, prevent us from patching people up during the course of a matchup, or actually even tending to a wound should the blood loss prove quite significant. I can guarantee you she's going to be bleeding for the remainder of the matchup is Becky Lynch, and we'll see how she adapts. I can tell you the blood stains do not stay on the canvas for too long because they are absorbed into the ring mat and then they make the fights stronger. Long been headcanon here in the GWA. There's no reason to change it now. As Deonna Purrazzo looking to capitalize, just dragging Becky Lynch's face across the canvas, focusing her attack on the head and neck now that she's got that grievous wound. Open up on the forehead. Normally focusing her attacks on the limbs is a Deonna Purrazzo. Slightly altering her game plan now that she's got Becky Lynch busted open. Becky Lynch here, trying to fight her way back into this. Trying to stick to her game plan. And wear Purrazzo down for either the manhandle slam, which is a poorly named finish, or the disarm her. An equally, some would argue, poorly named finish. But effective. Can argue their effectiveness. Good old-fashioned hair beel out of Becky Lynch. Dropping the leg off the ropes, drops the atomic leg. And now Deonna starts to work the arm. Oh, kitchen sink. Into the midsection, snap suplex, trying to keep Becky Lynch disoriented. Move, move, move. And now back to the arm, smartly done. By the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo and into the armbar. Oh dear, you can see the blood pooling there underneath Becky Lynch in that armbar attempt. As Deonna Purrazzo, hang on, Bexploder! Nicely done by Becky Lynch. She got to strike and strike quickly as Lynch if she has any chance in this one. The longer it goes, the more it's going to favor Deonna Purrazzo, for no other reason that Becky Lynch is going to be leaking vital life fluid, and she's got the disarmer center of the ring. Both ladies now applying their armbar finish, and both ladies able to escape. Oh, just a stiff kick to the back of the ribs there, possibly the kidneys. Oh, hang on! What another vicious variation by Deonna Purrazzo here. Becky survives, but for how long? Right back to it! The tenacious and relentless Deonna Purrazzo, sensing the weakness of the arm there in Becky Lynch, going right back to work. sending Lynch to the floor so that Deanna can regain her senses. Becky Lynch, you can see the blood all over the place every time she hits the mat. She leaves more of herself behind. But it's taken nothing away from the fight. Nice Northern Lights! 2! No! Becky Lynch just able to break the pin. Doing my best to ignore that stain that Becky leaves on the canvas with each and every bump, let's say, into the disarmer once more.
Give up.
Deanna escapes. Arm whip off the ropes from Lynch now. Into the manhandle slam. Lynch into the cover. 2. Palazzo kicks out. Back to the arm. This could do it.
Give up. Give up.
Becky Lynch struggling to fight her way free. Eventually does. You can see the way Becky Lynch is carrying those arms. She is wrestling on borrowed time here as if the head wound wasn't bad enough. Back to the disarmer, center of the ring once more, and that's it! Becky Lynch weathering the storm and somehow, some way, cinching in her variation of the armbar and proving it to be superior. At least in this instance. What a match between these two. My word. They weren't even in a blood feud, and it looked like it developed into one over the course of the match. I might send Becky Lynch back to Impact, see if they can rekindle some of that later. All right. Also, mid-90s, so we're still rolling on there. Yeah, 95 overall. So far, pretty good. If we can just keep putting on satisfying shows, we got a real good international pay-per-view audience. We're going to slowly build our local audiences in the last couple of territories that we really need to, like, get into at all. Like once we're in a C or a B, I feel like we can just start regularly rotating and, like, just, you know, put on slightly bigger shows each time. I'm doing this, like, this is me raising up slowly each time. Like, we do a bigger show and a slightly bigger show in Europe and then a slightly bigger show in Japan, and then we've already maxed ourselves out in Mexico, but we just keep going back to Mexico to get our popularity up, and we just go do until we are S-class in all 4 territories. That is my end goal. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm pretty sure we're going to hit #1 promotion at the end of this year. Fingers crossed. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but we've been steadily improving. But we'll see. We'll see. Especially with this international expansion, it might put us over the top as the #1 promotion, or we might lose our foothold in America, and that might knock us down a peg. Who knows? Who knows? I also don't know who's going to win this next matchup, as we have Hangman Adam Page against Kurt Angle. Now, I got to be honest, there's some, like, headcanon kayfabe about, like, they've been partners at times, and I think Adam Page may have let Kurt Angle down in his mind. Oh, I'm sorry. Hangman Adam Page pinned Kurt Angle when he teamed with Becky Lynch last month. Or, yeah, that's why this is happening. All right, so that sparked a singles match between the two. I was going to say, sometimes I do things because sometimes the roster needs to be happier getting work, like, used on my cards as opposed to, like, just sent out places. It, you know, keeps them happy. I was hoping to keep these two happy, but they are anything but happy as they're about to face one another. Hangman Adam Page, Kurt Angle. Adam Page coming off that big tag team win over Kurt just last month, inspiring this showdown in Japan. Here we go to the ring. To the ring we go now. Here we go to the ring. That's how it sounds when you speak when you're inhaling at the same time. Mr. Bigfoot calling for the bell. I don't know why I did that. Sorry if it alarmed anyone. Just felt like something to do. Certainly not trying to distract from either of these great athletes in the ring. Kurt Angle, of course, former Olympic gold medalist in his weight class for wrestling. 1996 in Atlanta. Good Lord, that was 25 years ago. More than. My word. Anyway, went on to, of course, have an incredible career. Perhaps too good of a career in the ring because it sort of cost him with his physical health down the line. You know, more like he's got major muscle atrophy in certain areas and stuff based on problems with his neck and so on and so forth. But my word, did he ever lay it all on the line when he was in the ring, and tonight she'll be no different. As he is laying it on the line for the GWA here against Hangman Adam Page, currently the real-life AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And did my ears deceive me this past Wednesday night on Dynamite? But during an Adam Page segment, was he getting a smattering of boos being the world champion? Is there a change in the air in the world of AEW beyond Tony buying up some friendly companies? I say companies plural, just because in my head he's not done. But so far, looks like he's invested in a new developmental for AEW. Hang on, clicking R3 is Hangman. Almost puts Kurt down sub 5 minutes with that dead eye. And Kurt cannot be happy about that. And then he gets out wrestled by Hangman Adam Page. Things not going well for the Olympic gold medalist in the early minutes here. Another dead eye. Kurt Angle unable to get out of the blocks in this one. 1, 2. Once again, barely escapes the 3. Things not going well for Kurt so far. Hangman riding a crazy wave of momentum in this one as Kurt's trying to fight his way back in. Follow-away slam from Hangman. Now setting up Angle in the corner. Oh, immediately out of the Tree of Woe. And now Kurt Angle's trying to get something going here with that throwing German. Gets sent off the ropes though. Turned end over end by a big old lariat. Some cowboy shiz there from Hangman Adam Page. And Kurt is in a bad way, and we're only 7 minutes deep into this contest. You can see him sucking wind and getting dropped on his dome. Yeah, he's already at the point where one shot will drop him. Big back body drop. Fights his way immediately back to his feet, trying to show the world he's got plenty left. Might need it to kick out after that dead eye. 2. Oh, strong kick out at 2 into his own cover. Gets a 2 on his own. Likely solely based on how tired Hangman Adam Page has made himself, wailing on Kurt Angle. Oh, nice throw. Angle again, trying to get back into this. Hangman Adam Page maintaining that advantage. Oh, we might be losing stuff here. Hang on. Oh, we're still live. I've lost chat momentarily, but it'll be back. Don't worry. Another big belly-to-belly from Kurt Angle. So far, the only part of his offense that's working for him. Reversal after reversal from both of these gentlemen as we creep toward 10 minutes. Hang on, Angle slam to the Hangman. Again, back to the belly goes Kurt because he couldn't follow up with a pin in time. Still having to catch his breath this whole time is Kurt Angle. There we go, we're back in chat. And I don't think we ever lost being online though. And that's just on the Twitch app. It's not like I lost chat. Totally. Just one version of it. Anyway, these gentlemen are not going to lose any sleep after this one. Oof. We're going to beat each other into a coma, it seems. And see, after every major maneuver, and it's been that way since about the 5-7 minute mark, Kurt Angle has been sucking wind, gasping for breath. Not his night cardiovascularly so far. Hang on! But still has the ring presence to bust out moves like that. Angle slams center of the ring. No! Hangman Adam Page kicks out. Throwing German this time. Into the ankle lock. Too close to the ropes perhaps. And yes. Hangman may have been saved by the ropes there. It doesn't take many moves of Kurt's. He's been having success with that belly-to-belly. Thrown a few Germans as well. And a couple of Angle slams. But to his credit, he's also survived a couple of dead eyes. There's another belly-to-belly from Kurt. Rolling Germans. Elects to end after the second into the pin. Didn't have enough energy to go further than that, but into the ropes he was. And that'll break the pin attempt. Page sending him to the floor. Both men catching their breath. Bit of a reset at the 15-minute mark. Angle slam to Hangman. Kurt pulls him into the cover and hooks the leg deep, and no, did not get him. Kurt going up. Picture perfect moonsault to the small of the back. You can see the energy going down on those Germans, each one less oomph and gusto than the last. Oh, nice kick there. Hangman buying himself some time. Sending Kurt off the ropes. Big back body drop. Kurt counters. Got him down in position for the ankle lock, but too tired to do it. Angle slam once again. Capitalizing on his opportunities when he gets them is Kurt Angle. It's that instinct that made him an Olympic champion. Rolling Germans, this time facing the right way. And Page escapes. Angle into the corner. Done an admirable job of turning this thing around after the opening 5 to 7 minutes where he looked lifeless in there. Follow away by Hangman, who now has a bit of a mountain to climb himself to get a butt back on an even footing with Kurt. Kurt with the float over. Hangman with the go behind, off the ropes. Turns him end over end once again. Or at least driven of his own, but Angle immediately back to his feet. Having none of it. Rolls him into position for the ankle lock. Hangman trying to fight his way free. Oh, Kurt cinching it in, and that will do it. The final form of the ankle lock. 19 and a half minutes in, and Kurt Angle surviving the opening barrage by Hangman Adam Page and showing why he is a champion. Bing, bong, boom. Kurt Angle with a big win over Adam Page. Crowd loved it. There you go. Got revenge for getting pinned or submitted in the tag. Pow! It's all good, baby. And now begins our triple main event. 3 title matches to end off the March show here. Hang on, let me check real quick. Yeah, SDBD. So I'm still D, like the, okay, if you look at the popularity there, halfway down the list of, you know, just stats about our save here. S is our popularity in North America, so we are gangbusters in our home turf. D is Japan. The first D is Japan. That's where we're headed now to try to at least boost that to a C. B is where we are in Mexico, and we're going to be doing our second show of the day in Mexico to try to drive that even further. And the last D is Europe, and that is the last territory we haven't done a single show in. I have tentative plans to try to do one of those possibly as early as next week. We'll see how it shakes out. Anyway, I don't actually need to save. We just need to get ourselves down to the ring because the NXT Junior Tag Team titles are going to be on the line. Our very own Ilya Dragunov is one half of the tag team champs with NXT's Mike Bird, and also in from NXT are Cameron Grimes and Tommaso Ciampa to challenge for the belts. Well, look at that. I ended up saving after all. And let's get ourselves down to the ring for this NXT Junior Tag Team title contest. We're going to be showcasing some of our friendly promotions hardware before we crown ourselves a brand new GWA World Champion, our main event. Starting off for the champion squad, Mike Bird in the gray and black trunks. In there against Cameron Grimes with the longer hair, longer beard, and plain black attire. There you see Ilya Dragunov in the red corner for the champions. And we'll eventually see Tommaso Ciampa. I believe there he is wearing, yes, Green Army camouflage. Is Tommaso Ciampa on the apron in the blue corner. The challengers in from NXT. Mike Bird, nice sweep there into the MMA style strikes. Now that is a submittable move, as it is up to the referee's discretion to see if Cameron Grimes was defending himself, but he fought his way free. So we go on here. Our first look at Tommaso Ciampa. Beard action in this one. Mike Bird. Seemingly, I don't know anything about them, but so far, quite impressive with their ground-based attack here. You can see how they mesh well with the striking style of an Ilya Dragunov. Those two complement each other, just sort of grinding you down and beating you down. You can see already what made them a successful tag team. But Cameron Grimes, and in the ring now, Tommaso Ciampa, looking to bring the NXT Junior Tag Team Championships back solely to NXT. They're half in possession of the GWA at the moment. As our representative Dragunov in there with a stalling suplex on Ciampa. Tagging out to his partner from NXT, Mike Bird. This is kind of the end result. This is what may happen each and every time. The risk is there each and every time we send somebody to one of our friendly promotions, and we're friendly with all of them. Just a simple rear naked choke from Mike Bird. Seemingly no nonsense out of Mike Bird. I can definitely see why he gets along with Ilya Dragunov now. These two are kindred spirits. Say nothing of the ferocity of a Cameron Grimes or a Tommaso Ciampa. Hang on. Grimes sent to the floor on that double suplex. Dragunov, I thought, may have just been going to watch Tommaso Ciampa while Mike Bird attacked on the floor, but doing the gentlemanly thing there and allowing Grimes to return to the ring after being so unceremoniously dumped out of it with that suplex. Now the two gentlemen trading blows here. Cameron Grimes coming up to the short end there. Drag it off with those chops. Cameron Grimes looking to take those NXT Junior Tag Team titles to the moon. Often referred to as the Technical Savage is Cameron Grimes. That's certainly one of his nicknames in his former Num de Plume, or whatever you want to call it, Num de Wrestle, Num de Grapple. I always like to call him the Catch as Catch Can Caveman, but I understand how that might be too long for a t-shirt. Oh, God. Mike Bird in the ring, Dragunov outside the ring. Devastating attacks to the challengers, but neither of them going to be resulting in a pinfall, as this thing is broken down into two singles contests. Grimes and Dragunov on the floor, Bird and Ciampa in the ring. Bird putting work in with those frog splashes that I can tell. Dragunov meanwhile on the floor grabbing a chair. Uncharacteristic of Ilya Dragunov. He is weapon enough on his own. As now Mike Bird sends Ciampa to the floor, returns to the center of the ring here. I think the fight will continue as such until Grimes returns. I have lost the plot just a little bit here. There's plenty of action to call. Hang on. Grimes back in now. Things should settle down, and they do. As soon as Dragunov had his breath back, in came Mike Bird. Split-legged moonsault. Didn't expect that out of Mike Bird based on the rest of his offense, but we'll take it. It's Cameron Grimes quick to spike Dragunov with a brainbuster so we can tag in Ciampa. And in comes the other half of the challengers. NXT's Tommaso Ciampa. Looking for that end of heartache to put an end to his NXT Junior Tag Team titleless woes. Comes now the other half of the current champions, Mike Bird. Cradle pile driver, but Ciampa right back to his feet and then spikes him with an Ushigoroshi across my knee, like so. Bird undaunted. Flying at Tommaso Ciampa in the corner as they just trade strikes here. And Mike Bird getting the edge over the former NXT champion. Ciampa with a head scissor into the cover. Might have surprised him there, but just gets a two. I don't think Dragunov was quite expecting the pin attempt there. Was a little slow on trying to break it up. Likewise, Grimes a little slow in the defense. Ciampa sent to the floor. Bird retreating to the center of the ring to try to play sportsman, but in comes Cameron Grimes. Champion's taking advantage. Oh, what a weird move there. Ciampa going for a pin after Bird had executed a suplex, hoping to catch him napping. Gets a solid 2 count. Interesting tactic there from Tommaso Ciampa. Now we got some fresh tags on either side, and Dragunov and Grimes going tete-a-tete. Going strike for strike currently. Dragunov looking to slap the chest hair off of Cameron Grimes, but he gets super kicked. Big splash off the top, but too close to the ropes. And in comes Bird for another cradle pile driver. At the 15-minute mark, champs are rocking and rolling here. A hard-hitting contest thus far for the NXT Junior Tag Team Championships. The first of 3 title matches here at our March show. We'll also be putting on an April contest for you. Nice knee to the face there from Grimes. Didn't quite knock Mike Bird out, able to roll the shoulder and get out of the count at 2. Off the ropes with a vicious strike. Forearm to the back of the head there. Grimes avoids the follow-up clothesline, and in comes Ciampa. Small package by Bird. 2. Oh, Ciampa just able to escape. Another small package attempt. This time Grimes breaks it up. My word, this Mike Bird's impressing me, I gotta tell you. Oh dear. And now Tommaso Ciampa just trying to snap it in half with that lion tamer variation of the Boston Crab. Into another small package by Bird. Grimes out, or excuse me, Tommaso Ciampa out again. And then drops him with a Saito. What an interesting hang on, end of Harding. 2 Tommaso Ciampa by Mike Bird. Well, that seems to have possibly fired Tommaso Ciampa up here, yeah. Taking it out on Dragunov with a couple of moves in a row. Dragunov able to return with that clothesline into the cover. Grimes saves the matchup. Small package won't help you there, Mike Bird. Ciampa grabbing an armbar. Almost 20 minutes into this contest, Mike Bird recognizes that that could be deadly and so breaks up the submission attempt. Reverse suplex by Dragunov, but Ciampa back to his feet and to his corner. Once again, in comes Cameron Grimes. Deadlift into the gut wrench. Nicely done by Cameron Grimes. Able to duck that strike attempt, but not the suplex out of Dragunov, who's able to make his way to the corner, tagging in the dynamic Mike Bird. I'm sorry I ever doubted him, just wasn't aware. Putting on a show here. He's one half of the junior champions. Another small package. Got him! Mike Bird with the small package on Cameron Grimes, and Bird and Dragunov retain the NXT Junior Championships in just over 20 minutes. Come on now. Oh, there we go. Hit the right button. Only an 80. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so Bird able to get Grimes there. Oh, there we go. I got myself back on camera. So you can look into my eyes as I adjust an off-screen text file. There we go. So, that did not help our Wayward Championship status with the junior tag belts. We have to once again book them later, maybe on the May show. I already have April already pretty much locked in. Boom! Title defense for Bird and Ilya Dragunov. The NXT Junior Championships remain half in GWA. Speaking of another title that we are looking to return to its original owner, the Dragon Gate Junior Championship about to be on the line as Heartbreaker Flamita. It's putting the belt up for grabs, against Dragon Gate's own Yamato. Let's get down to the ring for a Dragon Gate Junior Championship matchup. As always, the creature on feature, the Cedar official here in the GWA, Mr. Bigfoot calling for the bell, and we are underway. Flamita immediately locking in a headlock for 20 seconds or so. An extended headlock from champion Flamita to open the contest. Flamita obviously known for their high-flying style. Again, looking to slow Yamato down here. Must know something about Yamato that I do not. Champion in the black and red attire with the black and red mask. Yamato decked out in white and silver trunks. For the Dragon Gate Junior Championship, your semi-main event here tonight. Thought it might be fun to showcase another Japanese title in the semi-main, or at least in the semi-main of this Japanese local show. Of course, nothing is going to supersede the GWA Championship being crowned, so that is our main event still to come. Bret Hart, CM Punk, the winner. to become the 7th GWA World Champion, unseating vacant. Who's having their first reign as the 6th champ. The belt vacated when then champion Stone Cold Steve Austin defended successfully against Bobby Lashley and then hit the old dusty trail and retired. So a tournament was set up and our finals are set. CM Punk emerged from one half of the bracket and Bret Hart from the other. They are going to be fighting for the richest prize in our game at the conclusion of this one, to say nothing of the action you're about to see, as Flamita is here proudly defending the Dragon Gate Junior Championship against Dragon Gate's own Yamato. Shooting star off the ropes, getting that extra momentum for the splash. Got to be careful not to overshoot your opponent with a move like that. Flamita does it beautifully, but now finds himself trapped for the moment in a cloverleaf from Yamato. Yamato setting him off the ropes. Flamita dodging the pump kick. Yamato able to thwart the follow-up. We are just over 5 minutes in this championship contest. Dragon Gate Junior title on the line. Flamita looking to end things early by wrapping up Yamato into this submission.
Give up. Give up.
You can see Yamato struggling, but eventually able to break the hold. Nice delay and bridge on the German suplex, center of the ring, and Yamato had to put some work in there to get out of that pin. Meanwhile, as he tests the limits of the champion, he finds that he is only at a 1 count, whereas Flamita is at a 2.9. Nicely done by the challenger, scooping him into a Michinoku driver style, or perhaps Falcon Arrow variation, depending on your influences. Now going to work on the knee of Flamita. Back to that cloverleaf, trying to ground the high flyer. Not a bad strategy. Hard for him to be so graceful around the ring if he's walking funny. Back to the knee goes Yamato. And back again to the cloverleaf. Just trying to wear the champion down and return the Dragon Gate Junior belt to its home promotion is Yamato. Flamita trying to keep the only gold in the Heartbreakers in their possession. Hang on, Yamato going up. Double stomp to the chest, into the cover. 1! Just a 1. Long way to go for Yamato. And back to work he goes on the legs until Flamita's able to kick him off. Oh, vicious chops there from Flamita. For the hallmark of his offense. Yamato again focused on that knee. And that, oh, misses the double stomp. Flamita gets out of the way. Unable to avoid the dragon screw. And frog splash. Oh, too close to the ropes. Yamato hoping to catch Flamita napping. Oh, double knee backbreaker. Double underhook flipped into a double knee backbreaker there. And hang on, more signature offense. That muscle buster into the chin breaker. 2. No, Yamato kicks out. Heavy duty offensive Flamita on display, but Yamato able to survive, at least for now. Back to the leg goes Yamato. Frog splash. 1, 2, no. Finally able to at least get a 2 count on Flamita is Yamato. Meanwhile, Yamato is flirting with danger. After each and every move from the champion, back to that Texas Cloverleaf. Been working it all match has Yamato. Hoping it will eventually pay dividends. Flamita says, no, I'm going to use my legs to kick you right in the face. Sending Yamato up on the top now is Flamita. Top rope, Spanish fly, the way the move originated. Mind you, it was a tag team finisher when it originated. What's up, SAT? Follows it up with a poison Rana. 3 moves in a row now. Could spell doom for Yamato. 2. No, he escapes. Muscle buster into an orange crush, like dropped into a power bomb by Flamita. Yamato able to get out and back into the cloverleaf. Challenger relentless. So sure they can take the legs out from underneath Flamita and earn themselves the championship. Oh, Flamita says no with another stiff kick to the jaw. Countered into a pin. 2, 3. Yamato out-wrestled himself. And a counter into a powerbomb pin by Flamita. And it's a successful defense of the Dragon Gate Junior Championship. 2 belts on the line, 2 successful defenses so far. Powerbomb. How'd he beat him? Powerbomb. Powerbomb. I mean, a little better than our last match, but still, you know, took a little bit of a dip here in these, with these guests coming in. But that's all right, because it's an all GWA final. Coming up, it's going to be a new champion crowned, no matter what. As the vacant GWA championship is on the line. Bret Hart, CM Punk in the finals of the GWA Championship Tournament. This one needs no further prompting. Let us get down to the ring and crown a new GWA World Champion. As I take a sip of Beverine, delicious Beverine, available wherever you ask for wet things. Oh, CM Punk going long boys with this one. That's how you know he's serious. CM Punk and the long boys up against Bret Hart in his classic pink and black. You'd expect nothing less. Half pink, half black, I suppose. Can do his Intercontinental run attire. Both men vying to be the the undisputed GWA World Heavyweight Champion. In the wake of the retirement of the previous champion Stone Cold Steve Austin, the belt has been vacated, held up in a title tournament. And now here we are with your finalists, Bret Hart and CM Punk. In the first round of the tournament, Shawn Michaels defeated Kenny Omega. CM Punk beat Keith Lee. Bret Hart defeated Jeff Jarrett. And The Undertaker beat Bobby Lashley. And then in your semifinals, in a corker of a matchup, Bret Hart defeated Shawn Michaels to earn his way to the finals. And CM Punk, somehow, some way, beat The Undertaker to earn his title opportunity tonight. Nice clothesline off the ropes there by the Hitman. Both of these men referring to themselves as the best in one way or another. Bret calling himself the best there is, was, or ever will be. CM Punk at times has called himself the best in the world. We'll see at the conclusion of this match which one of these two great athletes is left standing and can raise high the GWA World Heavyweight Championship. And we couldn't be happier to have you with us, strolling down the gnarly wrestling aisle each and every Thursday evening here on the old Twitch channel, as well as checking us out on VOD whenever or wherever you happen to be. Hello to everyone in the future. Hello to everyone in the past somehow. Hello to everyone at present. We are here for the main event. Both men trying to get the advantage in the early going here. Nice strike combination from Punk, looking to knock out the Hitman. Or at the very least, turn things to his favor. We'll look for which athlete can start to string more major offense together in the more early going of this thing. But when and where to use your most potent moves. Bret Hart knows that all too well. Master of his 5 moves of doom, and they're his 5 moves of doom for a reason. Not only did he master their execution, he knows exactly where and when to use them in a match. Hang on. 1, 2. Victory roll by Bret Hart gets a 2 count. Bret Hart, traditionally in his real life career, a weakness versus victory rolls. Some of his more significant losses have come on a reversal of a victory roll attempt. But he's hoping it works out for him for a championship here. Another victory roll gets another 2 count. Also, those flash pin attempts trying to knock the wind out of the sails, take the momentum away from a CM Punk. If he has to defend not only against the possibility of a strike or a grapple, but also a quick pin attempt, He's going to be much more on his guard and less likely to be offensive. Oh, and he offensively welcomes Bret Hart to Chicago with that double underhook backbreaker. Signals for the go to sleep and instead steals the Russian leg sweep from Bret Hart. Oh, Bret Hart not taking too kindly. Trying to position CM Punk for perhaps the sharpshooter. Hang on, go to sleep by CM Punk to Bret, but he's in the ropes. Punk drags him away, this could do it. 1, 2. Bret out at 2. Immediately into another. 2 in a row, now he drags him away from the ropes further. 1, 2. Bret is out again. 2 go-to-sleeps in a row, and Bret Hart still fighting. Sent up to the floor now by a CM Punk suplex. Looking to follow up as the Punker, but no, thinks better of it. Once Bret regains his senses. And another strike combination from CM Punk, center of the ring. Both men slugging it out with the richest prize in our sport on the line. Punk with that MMA training, paying dividends with that strike ability. Bret Hart definitely a more traditional wrestler. You can see those European-style uppercuts. Punk's got him in the corner. No, Bret reverses. Atomic drop by Bret. Suplexing Punk over now. Oh, back to those strikes by Punk. What a combination. And now he's looking to springboard. Springboard into the elbow. Hitman undaunted. Leg sweep, center of the ring. Looking for 2 in a row, but Punk stops it. Oh, a reverse there by Bret. And now dropping Punk with a big pile driver. Bret going up top. Top rope elbow drop. Looked to hit him between the shoulder blades there. Trying to seize up the back muscles of CM Punk, make it harder to lift Bret onto his shoulders perhaps for the future attempt at a go to sleep. Oh, geez. Meanwhile, a backbreaker by Punk to Bret. Looking to pay tribute to the Macho Man, but taking too much time is Punk. We are past 15 minutes in this one. It has flown by in this championship contest. Bret Hart wearing down Punk and wearing down Punk. Got to be thinking sharpshooter at some point here. Got him center of the ring. Keeps pulling him back to his feet, though. Man, I hope he's set up to actually do his sharpshooter. Haven't seen him do it too often, if I'm perfectly honest. Nice backbreaker there by Bret Hart. Water wheel drop. Don't call it an Alabama slam. They're distinct. The atomic drop once again. Punk trying to fight his way back into this. Bret able to dodge a couple strikes, but not the DDT. See Punk gasping for breath when he gets a chance to. Coming off the ropes again is Bret. Nice forearm shiver to the back of the head of Punk. Winner of this one, crowned the GWA Champion. It might be Punk after that go to sleep. 1, 2, 3, did it! CM Punk is the GWA Champion! Bret Hart perhaps taking a little bit too much time trying to wear Punk down before attempting the sharpshooter. And Punk with that third go to sleep of the matchup, able to claim the GWA title. Okay. There we go. We have ourselves a champion. 95%. Pretty good. Pretty good. So, let me just update that. Before I even do anything else, let me just update that by putting Vacant down here as the 6th champion. And then the 7th champion, CM Punk. There we go. New champion crown! Gots to be a new champion crown. Okay, so about 1,300 people. Overall card rating 91, so a successful show. Again, we have that huge broadcasting contract. The condition of which is we have to put a 70 or above show on, and we're pretty good at doing that like the entire time I've been playing this game. So let's see what the further fallout is here, as we have ourselves a new GWA champion. Yep. That's what happened at our show. Like I said, ooh, just over 1,300. Full house. Audience loved it. This will boost our popularity. That's great. So once we go back to Japan, we'll try maybe a 3,000 seater, see how we do, until we can fill that up, and then we'll move on to the next biggest and next biggest. Okay, nobody got hurt. No, that's none of us. Okay, Sumi Sakai is the Ring of Honor Junior Champ. That's not us. That's not... I'm just making sure that none of our talent... Okay. So far, none of our talent is taking anybody else's belts. Chris Sabin's the new Impact Champ. That's pretty cool. Okay. So far, so good. See? Still managed to make a pretty good chunk of change. It's that $1 million that we get from our broadcasting. It's really helping us out. So, a singles tournament in all Japan. Boom! Let's see if there's any further news for April here. Uh-oh. Either El Tejano Jr. or Dragon Rojo Jr. is bad-mouthing us in the press. Oh, that's got to be El Tejano Jr. because that was like a legitimate in-game release. So El Tejano Jr. bad-mouthing us in the press. All right, we got some scattering reports coming in. Okay. Oh, a European magazine that has boosted our popularity, so perhaps we're doing well overall. Clark Connors from New Japan wants to come in. I'm sorry, I'm all booked up. Let me double check here. I'm all booked up. I'm in fact headed back to... All right, well, okay, wait. If you're the... Well, let's see what happens. I'll say yes. Okay. Sure. I got 3 people in now. Just like that. I didn't want anybody, and now I got 3 people in. Okay. Let's see. What can I do with them? I might just not use them, because they do that to me all the time. Because I already have it booked, basically. Hang on 1 second. Ooh, man. We'll see. Because I gotta book this thing. I'm just looking at some stuff here. Okay, so first let's get down and save. Let's get over to management, training center, do our regular maintenance. We definitely aren't spending $20 million on that gym expansion yet. Not for a long time. If I get to 50 million, sure. Until then, we have a roster size of 52, and that is plenty. That is plenty. Merchandise, how do we do? Okay, gotta get rid of these. Everything else is fine. I think it was the only thing I made was like 1,000. What's going on here? This thing out of juice? I feel as though my my controller is out of juice. All right, try to do without. Merchandise, we're not doing any of that yet. Contracts we're all good with. So let's save that quick now that we've done our maintenance. Let's get our personal advice and see who wants money. Dawkins wants money. Consultation. Dawkins wants money. Hey, buddy. Here you go. Baby raise. Kind of baby raise were you? Everybody gets a baby raise. Kairi Sane wants more money. No problem. I gotta do this carefully. Very carefully. Kairi Sane. There we go. I mean, I already spoiled it, but whatever. If you weren't really paying attention, it's not gonna matter. Records and help. Personal advice. Bret Hart wants more money. Got a consultation. Oh, that's fine. Standard. That's also fine. There we go. Hey, buddy. Have a raise, why don't you? Okay, let me go back to this. Personal advice. Ray Phoenix wants more money. Okay. Now that you're now amongst the... Where are you? Well, I guess I haven't taken them out of their stable yet. So hang on, I actually have to block this because I'm revealing the other members of the new members of the Doldrum soon. So give me 1 second. In fact, let me put this up real quick. You're gonna be seeing this a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna phase to this because I have some work I need to be doing here. Hang on. Okay, yeah, he's still technically in the stable. That's why I need to do this. Use Ray Phoenix. So let me fix that. Manage stables. Transfer wrestler. I also need to hire the third new member, so I'm going to leave this thing up for a little bit. Pardon me. Okay, I think I made Ray Phoenix a face, or I'm going to make Ray Phoenix a face. So, you and you go here. And then go creation. Bang, bang, boom. Go here. There we go. Now, I save that. Did I already consult this dude? I can't remember. Let's double check. Yep, I already did. Okay. Records and help. Personal advice. Liger wants more money. Okay. Let me at least go to the event center so I can be on screen. At least I can be on screen during this. Just because there's some backstage stuff I don't want to quite spoil yet that might get spoiled by you seeing the roster and stuff like that. So, Liger wants more money. Liger wants more money. This just in! Liger wants more money. As we are in the event center. This just in. Why don't I feel like... What's going on here? Oh, you know what? That's probably why too. Liger gets a boost. Let me go ahead and manage these stables some more. Transfer wrestler. Okay, who do I have in here? That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. That's better. They're out of order slightly at the moment, but we're doing it. In fact, what do I have to do to myself here? There, everyone here down has to leave. And then you can come back. Heal, so they're all lined up now. Yeah, sorry, I just had to move Ray Phoenix and... No. You know what I'm saying. And Drew McIntyre. I had to move them out. Hey, what's going on? Another GWA. Uh-oh. Is there a name conflict? Does your GWA stand for the Gnarly Wrestling Isle? Because mine certainly does. Because that is me. Hang on 1 second. Back into this. Stable. What's this? What's this? Similarly named. The Global Wrestling Alliance. That's a great name. Congrats. Mine's the Gnarly Wrestling Isle because I wanted to be the first, maybe not the first, but perhaps my version of a wrestling promotion that had 3 silent letters for its acronym. Plus, being Rad Gnarly, it just made sense that we stroll down the Gnarly Wrestling Aisle. If you'll pardon me for the event center at the moment, I'm currently doing a little behind-the-scenes stuff where I don't want people to see exactly who is on our roster as I'm about to offer a contract to someone. Geez, I hope this worked. I'm about to offer a contract to somebody, and we'll see if this works. Let's mid-ball them at first. And they said yes right away. That's so cool. Okay, let's transfer a wrestler from here to here where they belong. I can now... Let me just check my chat here. Room for only one. Oh no, not in the vastness of the internet. Yes, I am doing Fire Promoter for sure. I am playing a very vanilla version of Fire Pro Wrestling World. Hey, Zach, what's going on, buddy? No worries. that you're late. You are just in time for me to book the second show. So, hang on one second. I think I can get back to, at least temporarily. Let's get back to the GWA screen that I am on in the corner there. Let's get back. Oh yeah, my controller's out of juice. Get back over here. We hired somebody, so we can no longer offer any contracts, but they said yes. So that's all we needed to proceed. How vanilla? Like 100%. Like I have 0 mods. I'm taking like copious, like a lot of my, or all of my edits are like the best versions of the wrestlers I could find off of the Steam Workshop because of the, you know, talented edit parts and move parts and all that fun stuff you can find up there. So everybody on our roster is like the best version of that wrestler I could find. And beyond that, like I said, completely vanilla. There's actually been a couple of buddies have their own Fire Pro feds that interact with me on my Discord, that they're doing stuff with mods that is tempting me in the 3rd iteration of the GWA, because this is Generation 2. This is my second go round with it, to try some mods out in Generation 3, let's say, if for no other reason to improve or change the quality of the matches and stuff, like the. Oh, yeah. Yes, sorry. Yeah, vanilla, no mods, not vanilla, like no edit parts or created edit parts or anything like that. That stuff is still, yeah, because I have, like every piece of DLC for this game I eventually bought, because it keeps going on sale periodically, and every once in a while just, yeah, I'll grab that storyline or I'll grab that Stardom pack or whatever. So, yes, all of the in-game stuff, plus the fine work of everyone over at the Steam community that's been providing a ridiculous amount of edits forever since this thing's come out. I do my fed is the entire real, well, not the entire real, but an approximation of the real world, and it's great that you mentioned that. Oh no, I don't know what this key is. Oh, maybe I can just hit the button. Because I sent friends out into the world. Nobody won a title, so I don't really need to bother. See, we have it's me as the GWA using all real world wrestlers except for, I think there's one left that you start with that's like an OG default game wrestler, Bill Bullock. He's still with us, but the rest of the roster, 44 of our 45 roster members are real, and then everybody in all of these leagues are also real. So I'm just sort of doing, this is me in the great big wide world of wrestling, more or less. And some things, like I had a game a little bit, like Impact is based out of Japan, stuff like that, or sorry, based out of Europe. So we had to have like, you know, we need feds in all places type of thing. So we go all the way from WWE down to our smallest fed, which is currently GCW. Only has 9 wrestlers on it. Tiny little hardcore fed in America. So this is our lineup: GCW, Noah, Impact, Dragon Gate, All Japan, DDT, Ring of Honor, AAA, Big Japan, CMLL, NXT is its own entity because it's NXT and NXT UK combined, AEW, New Japan, and WWE, which is, of course, Raw and SmackDown together. Oh, Rocco! Thank you very much for gifting a sub. That one's for Metallica. Let me just shake this. Metallica! Welcome to the Silent G unit. Rocco, thank you very much for that gift. Hope you're having a great day, buddy. Nice to see you. Excited for Arc tomorrow. Part of our multiplayer Arc experience we're going to be starting tomorrow night. Anyway. I'm pretty good, Zach. How are you doing? All right, so that's just sort of a lay of the land. And let me get back into actually booking this one event. Now I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to do book the first couple of matches. And the third one, I'm going to have to dip out to a reveal screen because it's going to be... a tag, like another trios match where we have new stable members for Raven's Doldrums, and I don't want to like spoil that until the actual match, so we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, but you can watch me book the first couple to start. All right. Let me just save because I save all the time anyway. Oh, my population in America has gone down because I have not run an event in America in a while. We're gonna rectify that in 2 months from now. This month, though, I'm going back to Mexico. Oh, I start early Tuesday because I missed last Tuesday. Okay, so do you want to start at like 1 or something, or noon on Tuesday, Zach? And then let me read this this longer message here. I have real and fakes mix. Start as mainly an original ID with customs. Oh yeah, started in 2K17. That I might attempt at some point too, because like I know 2K22 or something just came out, and I know they skipped a year and they've had a lot of time to futz around with it. But if there's like a universe mode where I can just make up my own, like an entirely new Fed, I might put the effort into doing that if I can get that game like cheap at some point, I feel. Yeah. Was 2K19 okay? Was that like sort of the last sort of stable one? And then I heard 2K20 was not worth it at all. But strangely enough, they never really like... Unfortunately, they don't go on sale on Steam the way they do in like, you know, remember just the disc iterations? Like when you get the new one out, by the time like the new one was like 2 months in stores, the last year version was like $20, $30 tops. Oh, 2K22. Is it worse or is it better? Because they took, I know 2K20 was like a trash fire, and they've taken a couple years off. Okay. I don't really know. I'm kind of waiting out the 2K22 to see after a few months of play if like maybe they need some patches, or obviously I'm also waiting for a sale. You know how it is. Okay, I don't need to invite anybody. I'm not going to cross promote. I'm not going to loan anybody out this time. I'm just trying to put together a second 7-match card. This is a minor show for us. So let's go standard booking. We just came from Japan. I wanted to go back to Mexico, to our biggest Mexican arena, this 18,000 seater. We've not been back to the States. We're going to get back there next month, so we're going to be okay there. But let me go ahead and start booking these matches. Starting with tag matches. Oh, that's rules. Oops, let's do the title matches. Have a Walter Victims Ward for the local hospital. That's funny. Gunther now, apparently. Yikes. Okay, so in our main event, we're going to be putting the tag team titles on the line. The newly crowned champions, the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, are going to be taking on a combination from the Heat Business. Let me see if I can book them without spoiling anything else. Oh yeah, we got a lot of friends in. I got to remember... Well, actually, I was just going to not use them because they do that to me all the time. So we're actually going to put William Regal and Buddy Matthews together. This stable was put together for 2 reasons. Number one, it just kind of happened. They kind of looked good together, did Buddy Matthews, Eddie Guerrero, and Bobby Lashley, because they happen to have matching black and gold gear. And wouldn't you know it, so did William Regal. So then Eddie Guerrero, Bobby Lashley, William Regal, and Buddy Matthews being together just sort of fell into my lap. Okay. Oh yeah. It is definitely a fantasy. Like, I was never an action figure guy. Like I'm never gonna have like a figure fed. But in this reality, only 2 promotions have gone out of business, and they were the Hall of Fame promotion, which was literally everybody in the WWE Hall of Fame, and an international Legends promotion that I made that was like, as you would suspect, international legends from like New Japan, All Japan, like old Ring of Honor talent. AEW, the AEW legend in my game is Brody Lee. Might start at noon? Okay. All right, I'll change my alarm, buddy, because I have an alarm set for Tuesdays. It's my Zack Attack. Okay. But yeah, so we have a mix of young and old. Two of our best, most renowned champions. Well, in order, after CM Punk just won our belt, before him, our 3 champions were in order, like preceding. Steve Austin, who retired with the belt. And then before him, he won the title from Mitsuharu Misawa, who won the title from Kenta Kobashi. So we've had a pretty good pedigree in terms of real people being our champion. And a new champion in CM Punk was just crowned. All right, so I'm a little distracted. What am I trying to do? Okay, I'm trying to do title matches. The second of 2 title matches today is going to be Liger putting the Legends Junior title on the line. Nick Aldis, that's a solid, reliable guy. Against, I don't know why I wanted to give her an early title match, but I do. It's Luna Vachon, who you may notice is a slightly different look than previously. We're doing a different edit. Kind of like that. There we go. So we'll see how Luna Vachon, the newly improved, or whatever you want to call her, Luna Vachon, goes against Jushin Liger for the Legend Junior title. Certainly a unique matchup. We like to provide those as well. Okay, now we have to check in on the condition of Jon Moxley after that war that he had, that 45-minute war that he had with Vader. We're just going to book ourselves a tag match as... Let's see if I can get to the squared circle K without anything bad happening. Oh, okay. Oh, I can go this way maybe. Don't look. Everybody close your eyes. Ah! There. It's the doldrums that I'm trying not to spoil. Okay. So, Chris Statlander, I think I booked here. Yeah. So the squared circle K, 4 wrestlers that have come together over their shared fact their first name starts with K. We're going to put Chris Statlander and the new leader, Kazuchika Okada. Keiji Muto used to be the leader of the squared circle K, but he retired and left the stable to second in command, Kazuchika Okada. So Okada and Chris Statlander are going to be teaming up. And if they're able to make it... Heal. If they're able to make it, how's John Moxley doing? Oh my god! That was after one match with Vader. I'm trying to put him in with CM Punk, who's fine. Because Okada's going to be challenging for the belt soon. Vader got messed up. Normally, you know what? I'm going to put CM Punk with newly released superstar, or like freed superstar, let's say, because he's no longer with the doldrums or under the influence of Raven. Let's put Drew McIntyre in there with CM Punk. Yeah, let's do that. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. Moxley not being at all ready for it. Okay. Rad would like a... Wait, hang on. I'm getting a contract to join the Killer Club. Oh, I don't know. You guys are dirty, dirty cheats, though, Zach. Oh, here we go. We're getting some Nick Aldis background. Start cross-promotion 8-man mini tournament. My word. Wowzers. I mean, certainly earned it with that performance, I'm sure. Okay, so we got that tag match booked where our new champion CM Punk is going to be putting the belt on the line on our May show against Okada. Because if you remember, Okada, Kairi Sane, and Keith Lee, 3/4 of the Squared Circle K, are our reigning Trios champions, winning the Trios Tournament of Terror, the annual deathmatch tournament that we run in this promotion. You get the Trios belt, you get $666,000 to split, and you get a call your own title shot anytime over the next calendar year. So Okada immediately cashing in and will be facing Punk on our May show for the world title. So before then, we're going to have a little precursor with this tag team match. Okada and Chris representing the Squared Circle K, Punk having to recruit a partner, and the newly available Drew McIntyre being released from the doldrums but still remaining a heel has said yes. Okay. Look what Zach did for Alex. He made Alex a champ. Yeah, that's true. Zach, you're not wrong. Like, I'm a big Alex Shelley fan. I will consider it because I'm that big of an Alex Shelley fan that it would be cool to be in a stable with him. He's one of my boys. Okay, we got that booked. Oh, here we got just a big singles match I wanted to do because sometimes I just like to do that. Okay. This is tricky because I'm using these stables and I'm trying to keep people away. All right, I'm not gonna book this match. I'm gonna book the match where it actually matters that I keep people like in the dark, and see if I can just book it first. It's match number 3. It's trios match. Okay, bear with me for one moment. I'm actually gonna reveal to you who the people are as soon as I book it. So like while I book it, let me do something like so. Not the event center, but this right here. Let me put up this screen right here. Now, we're not going to learn all 3 new members of the Doldrums, but replacing Yuji Hino, Rey Fenix, and Drew McIntyre are going to have to be someone. Now, Raven has said he's had to resort to extreme measures in his quest to revamp the stable. Of course, this has all been brought on by his inability to recruit or defeat The Undertaker in his own machinations. So he has resorted to revamping the entire lineup. So I'm going to go ahead and book this real quick, if I may. Let me get over to the Undertaker stable, the Black Moon Fight Club. Get that set up. Just quickly put everybody in position there. Oh, dang it. Put them on the wrong side. Okay, there. Now, they will be facing, and I'll put Raven in the ring first, so it might obscure the other two names here. Again, as we said, had to resort to extreme measures. I don't quite know what that means, but we're going to find out together. I mean, obviously I know since I'm booking it off screen, but shush. There we go. I'm also really happy that he's put his whole team together. All right, let me just reveal that the first of two members joining Raven in the newly revamped Doldrums, and don't forget that Raven also mentioned that he was looking for the new members of the group to shake him out of the Doldrums, so I don't know what that further means, but joining Raven in this trios contest is none other than Awesome Mike Awesome, joining the Doldrums. And alongside Mike Awesome, as Raven said, he has had to resort to very extreme measures to revamp the Doldrum stable. Please welcome, and the color of his silhouette should have given it away, it's Taz! Taz and Mike Awesome joining the Doldrums in this trios activity. We are still unaware of the fourth and final member of this stable. But we now know that Mike Awesome and Taz will be teaming up with Raven to face The Undertaker, Bison Smith, and Kevin Blackwood in facing The Undertaker's Black Moon Fight Club against the Ravens Doldrums. Hang on. Yeah. So now that that's no longer something I need to like hide from people, I can just book the rest of the show. Ah, geez, I keep grabbing my controller even though it's out of juice. Okay, wowzers. Let me just return over here. Go to the build started there. So great that. Oh, showing the termination. GWA Hardcore Champ. Sorry, I apologize. I'm catching up. That's awesome. Love it. I love hearing about people's fantasy feds. I love hearing about their headcanon. I love hearing about the journeys that their wrestlers and their fed are going on. Good stuff. Okay, back to booking. We booked that trios match. Let me get back to the singles match I wanted to put here in the first place, now that I don't have to worry about spoilers. Well, other than this, the fourth and final member that you don't quite know about yet is Hayabusa. Shh, don't tell anybody. We hired Hayabusa. Okay. Anyway, who do I want to book here? Brody. Okay. We're going back to the standard, led by Bret Hart. Putting Brody Lee back in the ring in singles match. Who am I putting him in there with? Oh my. Okay. Putting Brody Lee in there with a refocused Kenny Omega making his return to the ring. Holy crap. Yeah, I've updated him again, and look at those. Those are like very recent. Nicely done. That's like very recent AEW attire. So we are at 9,000. Only have 2 more matches to book. That doesn't bode well. What else do we got? Oh, we got another singles match coming up. Got some fairly new hires here that we've been featuring, like Booker T. Going in there against somebody he's quite familiar with. Double J. Jeff Jarrett. Also revamped, looking a lot better. That's TNA Jeff Jarrett for sure. Okay. Chris Sabin theme that you like? Yeah, I've never really like, you know, gelled with Chris Sabin's music, even like the Motor City Machine Gun theme or anything like that. None of his themes have ever been like, yeah, that's a real bop or anything to me, so. Fair enough. Maybe you can find music by his band. Isn't he in a band like Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, and Petey Williams, and maybe one other? Weren't they in a band together? Okay, and then in our opening contest, I think I'm in the red corner to start with, yeah. Let's put together one of our longest tag teams. The Yard Dogs, there's Bill Bullock. This is our only original wrestler. This guy shows up in your fed when you just start a strong style fed. So he's the only one of those 6 original guys that are left. Dave Mastiff is real though, very real. And together, Big Dave Mastiff and the convict Bill Bullock make up the Yard Dogs. And they're gonna be taking on a very new team with the departure of, listen, okay, so Buddy Matthews and Mad Polly were in a tag team called the Mad Buds, okay? Buddy Matthews turned on his partner to join the Heat Business with Eddie Guerrero, Bobby Lashley, and William Regal. Kenta Kobashi then decided to mentor Mad Polly, try to like like bring them around, start a new tag team. After one tag team match, Mad Polly retired. So Kenta Kobashi now has had to look for another new tag team partner and has landed on Yohei. So we're going to do Yohei and Kenta Kobashi in this one. Ba-boom, against the Yard Dogs, and we're not quite selling this sucker out. Oh, Zach, you're just posting Wikipedia entries, are you? Not quite sold out, huh? Oh, we're not doing any advertising. That might be why. I was wondering why it wasn't, there we go, can we sell it out? I don't mind spending that much, because again, we're making $1 million. Now with full advertising, we can do $20 a show, or $20 a head. And that is it. That is our 7-match card for this week. I'm not going to send anybody out to our friendly promotions, because I just don't want to spend the time, to be quite honest. Introducing a new sponsor, Wikipedia. Good stuff. Okay. Everything's set. We're back to Mexico this month. We're gonna go back to America for a major 10-card show. First show in next week. That'll be our Year 7 May show. We tend to do 2 a week. So next week will be May, June. In our May show, like I said, we're gonna go back to America. 10-match card. As many belts on the line as we can manage. I tend to book those off air just to try to bring in. I try to bring in more guests for the first show because it's a little tricky to like get them all to show up. And then our second card next week, I'm gonna try to do a promotional battle with Impact, because that'll give us a sort of not a foothold, but that'll get us in the door in Europe, because we haven't done a show in Europe yet, and they have a fairly big roster. And again, we're friendly with every promotion in the land. Like, we're friends with everybody, so it shouldn't be too big of a hassle. Now we are in front of 18,000 strong. I need to double check what sort of oh, number one, I need to send some more scouts out. That's just something I can do. So let's do show in America style, just to see who you find. 6 months and away you go. And then lucha and hardcore in Latin America. Let's try hardcore then, I guess. Just for I don't know. Let's see what happens. There you go. Off they go. Save that real quick. Now the last thing I need to do is make merchandise. Management, merchandise. Okay, so we got about 1,000 things here. We have 18,000 fans total in the building. Let's do 3 of these, and 3 of the shirts and towels, maybe. Shirts, towels, photos. Maybe 1,000 photos, 1,000 Blu-rays, 1,000 action figures, just in case. Like, I'm hoping they'll all sell, but if they don't, I might liquidate what's left and then do a larger count, because we're going back and do hopefully a 40 to 65,000 seater when we get back to America. So that'll be a lot more opportunity to sell stuff. We're really, really leaning on the $1 million that we get every month to put the show on in general as we continue our international expansion. So let me just tab over here. Yep, everything that I wanted to book has been booked. Again, we're not sending anybody anywhere. We're just gonna put a pause on that. Yeah, we needed to arrest a couple of people. We arrested them. Let us proceed to our second of 2 shows tonight. We do. Get back over yard. April event. Please, everybody show up for work. Everyone's fine. Everyone's here. Let me just see that all 7 matches are happening. Perfect. You never know. Sometimes it tells you, hey, such and such had car trouble. Sometimes it just doesn't. And you just have to notice whether or not your attendance has gone down or from matches missing. Okay. Here we go. Coming up in our opening contest, we have the Yard Dogs of Bill Bullock and Dave Mastiff, former GWA Tag Team Champions, in there against Yohei and Kenta Kobashi. I don't need to hype this any more than it's already been hyped. Let us save, just because we like to save. Shave. And then get on down to the ring. This might put us at an A in Mexico and then put us, like, keep us down at an A in America, and that's fine. Great Khali, Jazz, Sergeant Slaughter, and Sho Tanaka were all born on your birthday. Well, that's fun. Quite the crew, quite the Survivor Series team you got. Khali, Jazz, Slaughter, Sho Tanaka. As we see Bill Bullock in there in the long black tights with green in there against Yohei with the multicolored hair, black and purple tights. Black and purple looking to be the matching colors of Yohei and Kenta Kobashi in this one. Kenta Kobashi on the apron there in the blue corner. Bill Bullock's partner Dave Mastiff is going to be in a red and black singlet, not unlike Vader, who's also with the promotion. He'll be in the red corner. Right-hand side of the screen. Oh, hang on. Bill Bullock busting Yohei up almost immediately with those punches. Not a good sign for the young debut of this tag team. As sub 3 minutes into this one, and the convict Bill Bullock has busted Yohei wide open. Thankfully for Yohei, he's on the apron at the moment. But that is going to factor into the rest of the matchup here. You can see blood all over the face of Yohei on the apron. But calmly, his tag team partner and former GWA World Champion Kenta Kobashi in there now. Trading blows with Mastiff. Chop fest, advantage Kobashi. Oh, throat thrust. Bit of dirty pool there by Dave Mastiff to try to get back on track. Kind of tactics you expect out of the Yard Dogs. Mastiff has that vicious power bomb. Has an STF variation he uses to great effect. Kenta Kobashi, of course, has those chops. The burning lariat, the burning hammer. The orange crush, the brain buster, a moonsault. A handful of ways Kenta Kobashi can end your night. As we said, Mastiff favors that powerbomb or that STF variation. I don't know how wise it is to tag Yohei back into the contest, but here we are. You see what he leaves behind of himself every time he hits the mat, does Yohei. Has been bleeding profusely from about the 2-minute mark here. Mastiff looking to take advantage. You can see all the blood in the corner of Yohei and Kobashi currently. That is going to be absorbed into the canvas, and it's going to make the fight stronger. A lot of strength in that magic killer to Yohei. Back in comes Bill Bullock. Out goes Yohei. Wise move by Yohei to get the heck out of the dodge. In a big bad way is the partner of Kenta Kobashi in this one. Busted up early. Now, we talked about the multiple tools that Kenta Kobashi has at his disposal to put away his enemies. Or adversaries, let's say. Nice delayed suplex on the floor. Bill Bullock utilizes the prison plex, his version of a holding phoenix plex, I believe it's called, and the stomach claw, the deadliest submission maneuver in the entire history of professional wrestling, 1981 to 1983 inclusive. Used to great effect by Bill Bullock. In fact, most of his victories come by submitting people to his deadly stomach claw. So we'll see how that plays in. As this match progresses, the longer it goes, the deadlier submissions are in general. But certainly none deadlier than the dreaded stomach claw. Now, we've seen the recent iron claw utilized by Bison Smith. Perhaps secondary in strength to the stomach claw, but nothing matches the sheer brutality out of the move you will no doubt see Bill Bullock perform at least once during this matchup. Kobashi leaving him with a few chops to remember him by, as back in comes Yohei. Also, Kobashi smartly helping his partner as much as he can. As you can see the blood continuing to spill out of the body of Yohei. Okay, as I pause my commentary to read, I'm loving these long-form chat posts. Wowzers. Look at all that headcanon. Now, do you have that written down anywhere? Is that on a website? Or do you broadcast it yourself? Kenta Kobashi with the guillotine leg drop to the back of the head of Mastiff. Shades of Dragon Rojo Jr. no longer with the company. And how he once critical Becky Lynch to win the junior title. Do you do full entrance with themes and stuff like that? Oh, well, throw out your Twitch channel. Broadcast every Saturday night. Another otherworldly GWA. Saturday night at 8, and then upload to your YouTube. That sounds awesome. Feel free to promote yourself. I mean, obviously people can just click on your name, but if you want to post the link, I think you're okay. Big main event spinebuster there by Bill Bullock. Trying to further expose the grievous head wound of Yohei with that boot to the back of the skull. Just dropping him with a clothesline. You can see the blood smeared all across the ring. No need for it, but Bill Bullock, never shy to deliver a punch to the ding-dong, now dragging away from the ropes. Yard Dog, no stranger to success. One of the anchors of the tag team division here in the GWA. One of the longest lasting tag teams, one of the early champions. Current champion Street Profits, set to defend their belts later tonight against William Regal and Buddy Matthews of the Heat Business, coming up later in the show. As this is just our opening contest. That's 7 exciting matchups for you here in beautiful Mexico. As Dave Mastiff gets a quick tag. I gotta find an opponent for Vader next month. I like the. If I only streamed Fire Pro, I think I might be happy, but I might also that's a rabbit hole I might not want to go too far down. I might lose myself in the moment. You better never let it go. But regularly, Thursday night is my Fire Pro or wrestling night. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, I play different games. That is technically, I suppose, being called a variety streamer, but it's not like I stream it's not like I'm juggling or doing magic tricks. That to me means variety, or like show tunes or anything. This means I play a different game 5 nights a week, and then switch games when I beat them, or when I abandon them in some cases. There's that big powerbomb of Mastis we were talking about, folding Yohei in half, and thankfully for him, Kobashi was there to keep the match going. You can see what it takes out of Yohei by what he leaves behind on the canvas as we approach 20 minutes in this tag team contest. First of 7 that we're about to bring you. As Kobashi and Bullock are going strike for strike, and Kobashi has had enough. Oh, Bullock with the answer, though. Discus Lariat taking down the Burning One. Oh, and replying with the Burning Lariat is Kobashi. Bullock now. Back and forth these two men go. 20-minute mark. Thought he might have been going stomach claw again, trying to open him up like he did Yohei early on in this contest. Yohei coming to his partner's aid despite the risk to himself. Bill Bullock now with a baseball bat to the back of Kobashi's head. Half and half suplex by Kobashi in reply. Oh, just chopping Mastiff down. Another baseball bat. Why are they even under there? Extra chairs I can justify. But why is a baseball bat under there? Oh, I love it. I was waiting until the original characters were going to be like center to the story. Stomach claw to Yohei in the corner. Dear God, Yohei at the precipice of death, following that stomach claw, somehow makes his way back to the apron. That's fun. Love it when you put yourself front and center. Oh, going for the prison plex. Yohei counters, but he's not the legal man. Rolling hills by Dave Mastiff into the cover. Oh, Kobashi smartly and deftly saving the matchup for his partner. Mastiff going for something. Yohei counters. Nice suplex by Yohei, but Mastiff rolls through. Double underhook into the backbreaker by Mastiff. Almost 25 minutes gone in this one. Yohei's been bleeding for about 23 of them. Oh, across the knee. Mastiff senses victory here. Huge body attack. Shades of Vader also on the GWA roster. Might take issue with Mastiff stealing the style. Yohei able to tag out. Mastiff likewise. Bullock attempting a submission, but way too close to the ropes. Yohei trying to help Kobashi, but a bit of miscommunication there. I think Kobashi may have been thinking moonsault. Has to settle for a nice lariat off the ropes instead. Bullock trying to slow things back down. A strike battle ensues. Bullock wins it. A pair of discus lariats into the stomach claw! Kobashi hanging by a thread, able to break the hold. Okay, so you're using modded versions? Because like, can you do like round robin tournaments outside of the Fire Promoter? I've heard that if you just use like whatever other tools are available, you can essentially book your own Fed outside of Promoter. It's got a lot of appeal. Yeah, a lot of people don't use Fire Promoter at all. I've heard that. Now there's that STF variation. He locks it on center of the ring, and Yohei, after bleeding for 25 minutes plus, has no choice but to surrender. And your winners are the Yard Dogs. Another difficult start for a tag team featuring Kenta Kobashi here. That's cool. Sure. And a 5-star match to start us off. Sure. No problem. Yes, I've definitely heard that like once you try the modded or the other available tools, let's say, to book your promotion, then Fire Promoter, you know, it's definitely limited as it is, but it seems even more so once you use further tools. Oh, just the basic match stuff? Oh, so you just keep track of it. Oh, that's even better. All right, yeah. Well, good for you then. You just keep track. Yeah, I've done a few, I've done one round robin, like Champion League sort of style tournament in the GWA. And it was when I only had like 8 or 10 people on my roster, so I had to keep using them every show anyway. So I just turned it into, well, let's just have them face each other. And then at the end of it, it was for tournament seeding. And then we had a tournament to crown our first ever champion. It was a good time. All right. That Kenta Kobashi was actually featured in that tournament as he was one of our early hires. And he also just now knocked the block off of no one. Yohei got beat. All right. Updating my text file. Going back to Fire Promoter. Boom. Quick save. We were at an S, now we're at an A in America. I feel like we're going to be okay because I'm going to get back there next month. At some point, it's going to be every 4 months, like I do territory, bing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just rotate. That's the plan. That's the plan. Okay. Coming up at singles action. 2 fairly recent signees in the GWA. It is Booker T and Jeff Jarrett. Ain't he great? The 6-time world champion against the multiple-time NWA champion, Jeff Jarrett. Stroke versus axe kick / bookend. Perhaps a figure 4 as well. Both gentlemen with a couple of ways they can take you out. Jeff Jarrett making his debut a couple of months ago for the GWA in a singles matchup against Bret Hart. Coming out on the losing side of that equation. A connection to Bret Hart there as Booker T debuted for the promotion, teaming with Bret Hart in a trios matchup. Let me just check my records here. We last saw Booker T unsuccessful in attempting to wrestle the Hall of Fame Championship away from current champion Eddie Guerrero a couple of months ago. Back into singles action against Jeff Jarrett. Nice. Ethan Page getting a push in your Fed. Red Dragon getting a push. Yeah, just use league mode. That's awesome. So yours is mostly a headcanon. Yeah, I like the loose framework. I mean, it's not so loose. Like there's, you know, up to 16 other promotions or whatever it is. I like the framework of the Fire Promoter. Like I like feeling as though, like loose though it is, and a lot of it you have to like add yourself. But there's definitely a feeling of like, I'm in like a wrestling world. There's like a lot, you know, pun intended because of the game, the name of the game is Fire Pro Wrestling World. But like, it just feels like, okay, I've got all these hundreds of wrestlers out there. All these companies have like, not all, but part of their real world roster. And we can kind of go from there. I've heard there are also a number of mods that can enhance the Fire Promoter experience, but we'll see. Oh yeah. GWA being made of a few smaller promotions, like a territory feel, like the NWA. That's fun. Speaking of, Zach, if you're still there, let me get your opinion on this as well. With the news coming out last night of Tony Khan's recent acquisition, how do you think that's going to be working going forward now that he owns or is part owner of AEW? Because I think there's something going on, like his dad owns it technically or something, and is now apparently sole owner of Ring of Honor. How do you think that's going to play out?
Break.
Ring Warriors, the WWE or WCW style, and then Enter the Tiger's Den, your ECW-esque hardcore promotion. Man, love it. Love when people put a lot of work into stuff like this. Just like Booker T looking to put some work in here on Jeff Jarrett, keep him winless in his GWA career. Booker T looking to climb the ranks. Both gentlemen looking to climb the ranks. As we said, Jeff Jarrett technically winless here. And there's the stroke on Booker T. Into the cover goes Jeff Jarrett, looking to make it his world. But Booker T kicks out. Oh, then he put one in London. That's cool. To represent the international indies or just indies in general. That's dope. Certainly consider a lot of the aspects. If they could somehow merge the gameplay of Fire Pro with like the this is how you book thing, this is how you book it, with like TEW, Total Extreme Warfare, if they could somehow smush those together, I feel like that's the perfect game for the people of a certain mindset as a wrestling fan. Pro Super Japan and Big League Japan, the Joshi and male promotions in Japan. That's awesome. Man, you got a whole wrestling universe over there just for your guys. As we are 10 minutes gone in this singles contest, no countouts or disqualifications on the floor of the GWA ring. Match can only end inside of it. That's the only place you can count a 3 count or a tap out. Yeah, fair enough. That's cool that you made each of your own to try to represent each style and stuff. Jeff Jarrett with his trademark Fargo strut, bequeathed to him, as I've now seen those episodes of the USWA television, where the fabulous one Jackie Fargo gifts Jeff Jarrett the fabulous one gimmick, which is why he comes out and does that Fargo strut. It was given to him by the man himself, if ever you were wondering. Looking for his first singles victory here in the GWA. Let me just double check. I believe Booker T has 1 singles victory. Yeah, he beat Bret Hart one-on-one, who again he teamed with in his debut. That was enough to propel him into a Hall of Fame title shot. Hang on, axe kick there across the back of the neck of Jarrett, but he's able to return to his feet in time to avoid the pin attempt. And then throws Booker to the floor. He lands on a chair, and then he follows him up with a splash into a stroke. I've not seen Jarrett this motivated in years. Big Blue Thunder fire. Or Blue Thunder, not Blue Thunder fire. Blue Thunder powerbomb out of Jeff Jarrett. There's that hook kick from Booker. Both men free to brawl out here all they want. Hang on. Thought it might be time. It is. Spinneroonie. Got the full animation in. Jeff Jarrett helpless to watch as the Spinneroonie happens around him. Oh dear. Oh, what a pile driver on the floor by Jarrett. Scissor kick. Booker T rolls back into the ring. Jarrett follows him for better or for worse. 15 minutes gone on this one. Things are really heating up as we're back in the ring. Nice. Snap variation on the suplex there out of Jarrett. And he's caught with another scissor kick, back of the head, into the cover. 1, 2, Jarrett escapes. Wowzers. What a story. That's like early TNA booking with Jeff going for the belt, laying waste to all the challengers. Nice spine buster there by Booker T. Just stomping away and rolling him into the cover. Had just worn Jeff Jarrett out enough that he just pinned him. Just straight up pinned him. Not the most dramatic finish, but Booker T with the win. Jeff Jarrett remains winless. What are you going to do? 0 for 2. Stomped on the back as the final move. Stomp to the back. Oh, music for everybody. I was thinking that, but I don't want them to like rip me off the air for one. I was thinking that if I eventually did entrances, I would either do one of two things. I would either give everybody the same entrance theme song because I don't really like it. To me, it doesn't really matter and I don't really care. Like it doesn't change anything else about the presentation other than there's a little bit extra time when they enter the arena. So either I give everybody the same theme song, which I think would be funny, or I record myself just doing the theme song with my face. Like, just go like, my world. And that would be Jeff Jarrett's theme song, for example. Or, that's pretty much, that's kind of a version of Booker T's. Like, those are the only way I would do theme songs. That, you know, I don't want to get kicked off or have people come at me. It's bad enough my videos on YouTube get demonetized for using the in-game New Japan theme songs when they show up very briefly. All right, pow! Jarrett not off to a strong start. We'll see how Raven's newly configured Doldrums squad of himself, Mike Awesome, and Taz fare against Bison Smith, Kevin Blackwood, and the leader himself of the Black Moon Fight Club, The Undertaker. Almost everyone does and doesn't get in trouble? We'll see. I mean, I know they're generally like fairly short when they do happen. But I tend to just let the action happen and I just call it. Everyone's got their own style of presentation. I like to just throw to the action in the ring quick. I'm streaming for 3 hours every week on this anyway. Why delay any more matches? As Bison Smith and Raven starting things out, you can see Mike Awesome and Taz, the newest members of the Doldrums. That's what we're still calling it, though I'm not quite sure that's going to be the name at the end of the day. Once they reveal their mystery fourth member, who we already know is Hayabusa. Pardon me. And now this thing quickly has spilled out into a 6-person brawl on the floor. No countouts, no DQs, anything goes until the legal combatants get back into the ring. Oh, I got the hiccups. See a bunch of chairs strewn about the floor already. Nice double arm suplex there out of Awesome. The Gladiator, Mike Awesome, the human suplex machine Taz, and their charismatic leader Raven, currently representing the Doldrums. In there with Undertaker, who's about to hit a last ride to Raven, plants him outside the ring. I believe Raven is still legal in there with Bison Smith, if I'm not wrong. Had that critical Raven, this match would have been over. Oof, nice double team on Taker there. A lot of chairs on the floor now thanks to Raven's squad. Oh, step over into the face lock there. Nicely done by Kevin Blackwood. A junior heavyweight with a lot of striking and MMA in there to their style. As we are 5 minutes gone in this one, and it's been mostly brawling on the floor. As we said, I believe it's Raven and Bison Smith. I almost said M. Bison. Bison Smith and Raven, who are your legal fighters here. We gotta wait for them to get back inside. Bang, frog splash. And The Undertaker just hit the even flow to Raven on the floor. Signature T-pose and everything. Raven's still got to get back into the ring before this thing can settle down into a proper match. And there we go. Bison Smith and Raven now. 7 minutes in, we finally got ourselves a fight. Oh, Taker can't wait to get his hands back on Raven. But he'll have to wait until he's legally tagged back into the matchup, because in comes Taz. Head and arm Tazplex to the Undertaker. Taker fighting back now. Cannot underestimate the human suplex machine, who sends Taker to the floor with a belly-to-belly. What's Awesome doing? Awesome trying to throw Bison Smith out of the ring with that powerbomb. Meanwhile, Taz is about to go for his last ride. Taker into the cover. Raven breaks it up before the count of 2. This feud started out hot and is only getting hotter. At one point, Undertaker loosely affiliated with Raven's Doldrums until they let him down in the Trios Tournament of Terror, and the Undertaker assembled his own Black Moon Fight Club. Oh, Taz mission! Too close to the ropes, though. Taz attempted to commit Grand Theft Oxygen on Kevin Blackwood. Saved by a rope break, as is Taz himself. Blackwood drags him away from the ropes. Nice kick combination from Kevin Blackwood. Taz retreats strategically. Back into the Doldrums corner, and in comes Mike Awesome. The Gladiator getting heel hooked. Raven there to make the save. Russian leg sweep by the leader of the Doldrums. A lot of stable feuds going on. Cutter by Blackwood. Bought him some time to get Bison Smith tagged into the match. And a nice double team maneuver by Smith and Blackwood. Bison Smith trying to keep Awesome off his feet. Iron Claw slam into the cover. 2. Awesome escapes. May have had an assist by Taz or Raven, but either way, Awesome able to get out at 2.9. Bison Smith taking his time, dropping the elbow to the small of the back now. German, wrong part of town. In comes Taz, tagged in by Awesome. And Taz immediately hits a head and arm Tazplex. Nicely done. Northern Lights. Bison kicks it 2. Sends Taz into the corner. Another Northern Lights by Taz. That's going to get canceled. But in comes Undertaker. Nope. Thinks better of it. As Smith tags into Blackwood to freshen things up for the side of the Black Moon Fight Club. The BMF Club of The Undertaker. The other member of the squad, Luna Vachon, will be taking on Jushin Liger for the Legends Junior title later on tonight. Another Taz mission attempt, and unfortunately for Blackwood, again close to the ropes is Taz. Another head and arm Tazplex. Oh, and vicious forearm strikes. Signature offensive Taz coming to the forefront here. Quickly tags out to his stable leader, Raven. Russian leg sweep. Raven looking to soften Blackwood up for the even flow DDT. Blackwood will be looking to trap Raven in that heel hook. Nice cutter by Blackwood. Secondary finisher of his. Tiger driver.
2.
Awesome, and Taz in there to break it up. Blackwood tagging out. Now the Undertaker finally has Raven right where he wants him. Last ride time for the leader of the Doldrums. Planted by the Undertaker. Bison and Blackwood running D. Raven kicked out. What resilience from Raven. Telling Undertaker what he thinks of him. Mind you, can't see that you doing that if you do that to the back of his head. Big running lariat in the corner by Undertaker. Getting lost in the sauce there. Just running back and forth. This is Dead Man. He's going to tire himself out. Nope. Noggin knocker of the Raven. Sacrificing himself so Taz could potentially get an advantage. As we near the 20-minute mark of this trio's action.
20 minutes time.
There you heard the time call. Black Moon Fight Club against the Doldrums. Not quite raised from the Doldrums is Raven. That's going to happen when the fourth and final member is revealed. I mean, we already accidentally did it. But in kayfabe, they have yet to make their debut. And with them, likely to debut a new stable name as well. As Raven has already taken extreme measures. Hang on! Smith into the cover, got him! Raven had to tag up, and Bison Smith dimmed the lights on Taz. Black Moon Fight Club wins the first battle against the Doldrums. I mean, technically wins the second battle. Raven changing the composition of the Doldrums in the first place is due to the Black Moon Fight Club debuting and in a 4-on-4 elimination tag match and winning 4 wrestlers to none. So maybe back to the drawing board a little bit for Raven. Heck of a showing though. 5-star classique. But Raven's Doldrums coming up short. And we have a huge singles contest coming your way. Brody Lee representing the Standard against a newly refocused Kenny Omega. All that to say that I've updated his edit. So it's a new edit. So let's see how it performs. This looks to be AEW World Champion era Kenny Omega. As you hear the whistle called for by Senor Sasquatch, our head referee here in the beautiful country of Mexico. This is the best bout machine. Kenny Omega in there with Brody Lee. Brody Lee, the right-hand man of Bret Hart in the Standard, has been on a heck of a singles tear. Let me just double check here. Recently, I believe... No, not quite earning him... Huh. Hasn't quite earned a singles title shot because of it yet. Maybe we can change that, depending on how this one shakes out. Oh, I say that too soon, as I note I've already preemptively booked him in one. That's funny. So we're about halfway through the show now. Brody Lee, Kenny Omega. After this, we have Okada and Chris Statlander against CM Punk, your new world champion, and Drew McIntyre, no longer affiliated with the Doldrums. Free to wreak whatever havoc he wants. And then in our semi-main and main events, we got 2 title matches headed your way, as Luna Vachon is going to challenge Jushin Liger for the Legends Junior belt. And William Regal and Buddy Matthews are going to take on the Street Profits of Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford for the GWA Tag Team straps in tonight's main event. I don't think this version of Kenny Omega is using any of his voice files that come with like the New Japan pack. I feel like I would have heard him by now. Remember, you do not want to give up back control to Kenny Omega. A lot of his most potent offense comes from standing back control. The Snapdragon, the Poison Rana, Kreutz Wrath, and of course the One Wigan Angel, to name a few. Nicely done. Turned inside out with the lariat by Brody. 2 count at the 5-minute mark. Brody here for a good time, not a long time. Looking to make short work of Kenny Omega. Does the deal with the Falcon Arrow. Unable to follow up with the pin attempt. Brody Lee been in charge of this one from the jump. Kenny Omega. Signature drop kick off the top. Omega trying to fight his way back into this. Brody Lee trying to keep the hammer down. Keep wearing down the former Hall of Fame champion Kenny Omega. What a stepping stone it would be for Brody Lee to defeat a former champion on his way to his own title shot against Eddie Guerrero next month. As now the action is once again spilled to the floor. It's once again just overall, in terms of the event, not in this match. And we remind you there are no countouts or disqualifications on the floor of the GWA ring. The fight will continue until both competitors are back inside. The only place we can count a 3 count or tap out. Anything goes. I don't know which of these two gentlemen that benefits. Both men giving it their all. Nice super kick there by Brody Lee. Gets introduced to the guardrail by Kenny Omega. And now we've got ourselves a wrestling match back inside the confines of the squared circle. Omega telling Brody Lee to bring it on as he sets up for the one-winged angel. 1, 2, no! Brody Lee kicks out. Omega tried to send him to the floor on that suplex, but he got caught up in the ropes. Perhaps looking for a second one-winged angel, as we are only 10 minutes gone in this one, and Brody Lee's got a heck of a mountain to climb now, suffering the effects of Kenny Omega's finisher. Oh, a Kamigoya knee strike, borrowed from Kota Ibushi. Brody Lee with that super kick, though, almost doing enough damage to put Omega down for the 3. Wow, Omega almost caught up to Brody before he even got to the ropes. Such was his speed. Oh, uncalled for shot to the ding-dong from Omega. Into another one-winged angel after the low blow. 2, 3, Kenny Omega putting egg on the face of Brody Lee. All right, then. I don't believe that's going to be a particularly high-rated match, but we'll see. We shall see. 98? Holy moly. I stand corrected. I think Kenny Omega just bumped Brody Lee out of that title shot. Let's do that. Kenny Omega. Eddie Guerrero. Doesn't that sound fun? Okay. Oh, I've already booked Vader. Wait, okay. I just looked at what I had written for. Oh, that's what I'm going to do with Vader in month 5? Okay. That sounds fun. All right. Let's continue right on rolling here. 3 more matches to go. And then I'll let y'all go as well. All right, so this is a preview of a forthcoming GWA World title match. Our new champion, CM Punk, is going to be challenged on our May show by the leader of the Squared Circle K, Kazuchika Okada. So this month, Kazuchika Okada is teaming up with stablemate Chris Statlander to face CM Punk and a tag team partner of his choosing. Now, CM Punk, famously, not too many friends. And Drew McIntyre, freshly released from his duties as the right-hand man or muscle of the Doldrums, looking to establish himself on his own. So what better opportunity than to tag with the new world champion, CM Punk, to take on the #1 contender, Kazuchika Okada, and Chris Statlander. Go down to the ring for this one. This could get wild. Statlander and Drew McIntyre starting things off. McIntyre in the black and purple trunks. Statlander in the more elaborate black, purple, and white outfit. Also sporting some face paint is the Galaxy's greatest, Chris Statlander. Up in there against the Scottish Warrior, as they continually soften the language of his nickname. He used to be Scottish Psychopath, I think. The Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. I guess you can't be a psychopath if you're a good guy. I say that, and immediately the first thing that comes to mind is that Psycho Sid got babyface reactions no matter what he did, because he was friggin' awesome. So, what are you gonna do? Oh, you're gonna hopefully respond to that snap suplex in the corner if you're Chris Statlander. Drew McIntyre stealing the Big Bang Theory from Chris Statlander in the opening moments of this contest. Just hit her with her own finish. Definitely looking to establish himself now that he is no longer affiliated with Raven and the Doldrums. Is Drew McIntyre with maneuvers like that in the early going. Drew fights off a double team attempt and then with confidence returns to his corner. And now we see the new champion CM Punk and the #1 contender Kazuchika Okada face to face. A preview of the title fight you're going to see next week right here on this broadcast. GWA champion CM Punk stomping away, welcoming Okada to Chicago. Forearm shiver by the champ. Oh, another attempt at the double arm, or excuse me, the double underhook into the backbreaker. No such luck there for Punk. So Okada's also able to hit a nice snap suplex that gets him to his corner. And in comes Chris Statlander against the GWA World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, not so fast. CM Punk thinking better of it. And in comes Drew McIntyre. CM Punk perhaps talking a little trash to Chris Statlander on his way out of the ring, but didn't want any physicality between the two, at least not at the moment. Hard to avoid in a tag match like this. As the two wrestlers that started the fight, Chris Statlander and Drew McIntyre. Once again legal. Oh, God. Kick to the side of the jaw by Punk. Nice teamwork out of McIntyre and Punk there. That sends Statlander back to her corner, and in comes Okada. They're going to send Drew to the floor here. Try to follow up on the big guy. Out comes Punk. And as expected, there's things getting ugly, and we have spilled out to the floor. I believe it is Drew McIntyre and Okada at the moment that need to return to the ring. But until such time as that happens, double teams can still... Oh my God, Drew McIntyre rolling through on the double suplex and getting immediately back to his feet. No selling the double team. And now a Rings of Saturn variation. Submission offense to Chris Statlander by Drew McIntyre. Yeah, we're waiting for Drew to return to the ring, and now things will settle back down. In comes Okada. Down goes Okada with a neck breaker. Chopped to the canvas by McIntyre. Both teams tagging up. CM Punk, Chris Statlander. Oh. Joshi's style body slam by Statlander. Galaxy's greatest against the best in the world. Luring CM Punk back into his own corner to once again be spilled to the floor. Solid tactics by the Squared Circle K, trying to isolate and decimate their opponents. Okada has got Drew McIntyre in his periphery, just waiting until he drops down off the apron or perhaps enters the ring. Keeping an eye on the one-on-one confrontation between Statlander and Punk on the floor. That again will continue until Punk returns to the ring. Hang on! Go to sleep! To Chris Statlander by World Champion CM Punk, and then he tried to kick her head off. Finally sparked some activity from Drew McIntyre. Trying to pick a spot and surprise Okada. And Punk wearing out Statlander on the floor. Scissor kick by Statlander, trying to get back in the game here. Punk returns to the ring. Things will settle down. I don't know if Okada quite wanted to make that tag, but he did. I don't know if it's the wisest move, but Statlander is in there legally with Punk now. Don't forget, she's already suffered one go to sleep in the matchup. A back elbow distracts her long enough to get some tags on both sides. McIntyre, Okada, just like that. Into the cravat. Calls that the red ink. Punk's got to make the save. Now you can see McIntyre trying to bodily force Okada into his corner with that throwing belly to belly. Off the ropes. Absorbs the big boot, but gets dropped by the air raid crash. Okada now sending McIntyre to the floor to try to catch his breath. Quickly, the fight follows him. After all that, Okada got the time that he needed. Able to find some time and space to catch his breath as Okada, nicely done, and he hits the Rainmaker! Punk saves the matchup. Chris Statlander gets welcome to Chicago. McIntyre eats a tombstone. Okada tried to set him up for another Rainmaker. McIntyre with a kick to the ding-dong. Saving himself for now, and in comes Punk, the GWA World Champion. Remember, Okada and Punk are going to be facing off in our May event for that title. Champion and #1 contender across the ring. In this tag team contest, currently in there for the Squared Circle K is Chris Statlander. Fairly new member to the faction after Keiji Muto retired. She was recruited by current GWA Junior Champion Kairi Sane to join the Squared Circle K. Looking to prove her worth in this tag team contest. Slugging it out with the world champ. Oh God, once again, that striking kick to the side of the jaw from Punk. It lands ugly. I don't know how else to describe it. And in comes McIntyre. And out goes Statlander in the corner of Punk and Drew. As we pass 20 minutes of this tag team contest, 2 more matches to follow this. Hang on, go to sleep to Okada on the floor, but he's right back to his feet. The Rainmaker no-sells a go to sleep. Absorbs the impact and pops right back up and into the face of the champion. For all the good it's doing him now. Trying to stop Drew McIntyre. Nice snap suplex on Punk. Future Shock DDT to Okada. Punk's got a lot to say about it. Okada rolls back into the ring. Only momentarily. Throws McIntyre into the ring. In goes Statlander. Out comes Statlander. Trying to get this thing to settle down. And we eventually do. Statlander makes the legal tag to Okada, and McIntyre, the legal fighter, for he and Punk's team sent to the floor. We're waiting for McIntyre to return to the ring. Meanwhile, twisting tombstone to Punk. Okada can't follow up, though. Divide and conquer, seemingly the strategy in this tag match. Brawls inside and outside of the ring almost constantly. Pressing toward 25 minutes. Okada going up. Missing the elbow to the small of the back. Setting Punk off the ropes. Big boot by Okada. Meanwhile on the floor, Kairi Sane sends Drew McIntyre into the guardrail. Mac is back. Snap suplex. A throwing snap suplex. Depositing Okada in the red corner. Punk comes in legally. Go to sleep! Drags Okada away from the ropes. Into the cover goes the world champion. Got him! Punk and McIntyre beat Okada and Chris Statlander. Perhaps a portent of things to come in the forthcoming title opportunity for Kazuchika Okada. Had to turn off that other voice. Holy moly! Another great contest. Ooh. Perhaps a sign of things to come. And as we said, that one-on-one contest for the World Championship will be headlining our May event. The May event, if you will. 95, I'll take it. I'll take it. Pretty good for the first-time team of Punk and Drew. All right, 2 more matches heading your way. 2 title matches on our way out the door. First up, Luna Vachon of the Black Moon Fight Club gets a Legends Junior title shot against Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger v. Luna. Let's get down to the ring. Liger in the full black bodysuit, Black Liger, being real grumpy in this title run. In there against Luna Vachon. Most notably the female of the two competitors. She of the high... It's actually a fairly popular hairstyle these days, but at the time she was like real weird for having the sides shaved of her head. Would you call that a mullet? Potentially, or is it a very grown-out mohawk? Either way, it was a style uniquely hers for years in the pro wrestling world. I feel like Luna's one of those performers that did not get her due when she was active. Not even really, I think she was a Hall of Fame induction, but she was a legacy Hall of Fame induction, so she didn't even, like, no one representing her even got to, like, give a speech on her behalf. Nothing, like, you could have, I mean, I guess they didn't want Gangrel to cut a speech, who knows. But one of those unsung heroes of the early days, especially as the female competitors are largely a barren wasteland. It was like Luna, Sherry Martel, and like Miss Jackie, and Medusa are like the four earliest that I can really think of. I mean, sure, there were more full-time competitors, I'm sure, but the more like serious ones that I think of when I think of like the late 80s, 90s, and so on and so forth. Anyway, Luna looking to right those wrongs here in a one-on-one title opportunity against one of the best junior heavyweights of all time, Jushin Thunder Liger. The only part of his body exposed is those hands. He uses a lot of palm strikes to Jushin Liger. Hang on. May have been going for a Liger bomb there. Luna able to counter. Brainbuster by Jushin Liger. Elects not to follow up with a pin attempt, though. Perhaps felt he did not have Luna Vachon significantly or sufficiently worn down.
5 minutes gone.
As your Legends Junior Champion, and as the announcer just reminded us, we're only 5 minutes deep into this one. Oh, God. Powerbomb with authority. Now he's looking to springboard. Springboard body press by Liger. Starting to pull away is the champ. Oh, hang on. Rake of the eyes. Perhaps rearranging the mask in the face of Liger is Luna. Nice body press off the ropes. Gets a 1. Luna trying to stick on the champ now. Nice back body drop. Drops a big leg. Vachon made her debut at the December show of year 6. Part of the unveiling of the Black Moon Fight Club in that 4-on-4 elimination tag. Part of the winning team that went undefeated. Didn't lose a single member at the Black Moon Fight Club in defeating the original lineup of the Doldrums. And that luck continues as they also defeated 3/4 of the new lineup of the Doldrums in a trios match earlier tonight. Luna looking to build on the momentum of her stablemates and claim their first piece of gold in the form of the Legends Junior Championship. Nice counter there by Liger, staying in this thing. The wily veteran of several decades of competition. Certainly knows his way around the ring. And also being a much longer tenured roster member of the GWA, certainly knows his way around our ring specifically. Spikes her, with a tombstone. Does Liger. And another brainbuster to the challenger. Into the cover goes the champion. 2. Luna rolls the shoulder, but just. She's got a mountain to climb to get back on an even playing field here.
10 minutes gone.
Attempts a powerbomb and gets rolled up! Luna escapes! Mainly going for a sit-out powerbomb. Liger almost retained with that counter. High angle on the Boston Crab here from Luna Vachon. Lion Tamer style. Now sending the champion to the floor so Luna can catch her breath here. Sort of get her bearings before she continues the fight. It's a pretty good looking Luna at it, I must say. They did a lot to try to add detail to her costume work. Oh, vicious tombstone by Liger, who's now headed to the top. Shooting star press, but too close to the ropes. Sends her into the corner now. Sits Luna on the top. What does he have in mind? Rake of the eyes by Luna. Waiting for Liger to stand. Diving crossbody into the pin. 2. Oh no, Liger kicks out at 2. Liger's up now. Drops an elbow to Luna. Shotay, the palm strike under the chin. Just throws Liger to the canvas and attempts the cover, trying to bounce the back of his head off the mat with Luna Vachon. Tombstone by Liger. Arm whips her in position for the frog splash. 1, 2. No, Luna escapes again, and now she goes up top. A body press of her own, but too close to the ropes. Liger bomb in the corner. Pin broken up once again. That saved Luna's chances at the title. Looking to capitalize. Liger pulling right back ahead with a huge brainbuster. Luna powers her way back to her feet first. Off the ropes. Big clothesline. Off the ropes again. Oh, gets stopped that time. Punch to the throat by the Legends Junior Champion. Center of the ring. Liger bomb. Got her. Jushin Liger retains the Legends title. The Legends Junior title, excuse me. With the Liger bomb. Pretty good match, though. It's got to be like... surprisingly not in the 90s, but that's okay. I thought it would be low 90s, but high 80s is still close enough. 88th percentile. All right. We've now finally earned our way to the main event, which I've been looking forward to for a while now, and not just because I have to pee, but because it is our final event of the evening. We'll have done our 3 hours of excitement and the weekly...
I'm no hero. I put my bra on one boob at a time like everyone else.
Thanks, Rocco, for waiting for the cam to show up before you do the video drops. Love it. Anyway, I just love the weekly cycle of now I have a whole week to wait until next wrestling night to like plan and do and make up little graphics and all that fun stuff. Okay, as I said, it's all boiled down to this main event. The GWA Tag Team Championships on the line. The new champions, Dawkins and Ford, the Street Profits, putting the belts up for grabs against the Heat Business, represented by William Regal and Buddy Matthews. Here we go. As always, the creature on feature, Mr. Bigfoot, signals for the whistle, and we are underway. William Regal starting things off with Montez Ford. Champions are in the long white, gold, and black attire. Your challengers are in black and gold, representing the Heat Business. Street Profits earned their title shot at then champions Yuji Hino and Rey Fenix of the Doldrums by going on an extensive reign with the Big Japan tag team titles, and then after dropping those tag team titles, rebounding with a huge tag team victory over the Road Warriors. So after defeating the Road Warriors, the Street Profits were granted another GWA tag team title shot and capitalized to become the, I believe, only the 5th tag team champions in our company's history. Let me just double check that real quick. Yes, they are indeed the 5th champions. This is their 2nd reign. They are also the 3rd champions. So they are the 3rd and 5th championship reign. And their 2nd and current with these belts. One of the most successful tag teams here in the GWA. One of the fastest rising for sure. Now, Buddy Matthews was once part of a fairly successful tag team, the Mad Buds, along with Mad Polly, who has since retired. Looking to not only duplicate, but exceed the success of that previous union. Here, representing the Heat Business with William Regal. Very interesting combination of athletes here. Buddy Matthews and William Regal. Matthews in there with the Power Man. 5,000, no, with the Power Man of the Street Profits. Angelo Dawkins rolling him into a quick cover and getting a no count. Shows you how much gas is left in the tank of one half of the tag team champions. And in comes the other half, Montez Ford at the 5-minute mark. Watch out for Montez Ford's frog splash. The move he uses to finish off most of the opponents of the Street Profits. It is very likely that it is a Montez Ford Frog Splash that seals the deal for the Profits. As tag teams are concerned, nicely done by Regal and Matthews, confusing Montez Ford momentarily. Thinks better of it. Quick tag out back to Dawkins. As William Regal looking to stalk his prey here, and the Street Profits trying to keep him off his game as much as they can. Attempt at a cat and mouse there by Angelo Dawkins, but Regal was not biting, so he's got to bring the fight to him. 7 minutes gone in your main event of the evening. GWA Tag Team Gold on the line. Regal and Matthews, your challengers. Dawkins and Ford, your champions. Dawkins in there with Regal, setting him up in the corner, just kicking his butt in front of his tag team partner. Always a good intimidation move. Now sending him across the ring to do the same in front of his own partner. Dawkins looking dominant here, but Regal able to finesse his way back to the corner, and in comes Buddy Matthews. Speaking of finesse, certainly the more athletic of the two competitors. Perhaps the bigger tank to draw from in terms of stamina as well is the younger Buddy Matthews. In phenomenal shape. Goes without saying if you've ever seen the man. Also, almost getting into like inhuman action figure shape. Sometimes people's like traps, like their shoulders just get too big and weird looking. And they just start to look less human. Anywho. Montez Ford going up top. There's that frog splash we were talking about, but he hits it to the back of Matthews. Matthews immediately tags out, as does Ford. And at the 10-minute mark, we're back to Regal and Dawkins. Nice duck there by Regal. Angelo Dawkins, the power half of the Street Profits, as you see there on display with a straightforward offense. Against William Regal, definitely the most technical and villainous competitor in this tag team matchup. Teamed up with the explosive power of a Buddy Matthews, much like Angelo Dawkins is teamed up with the explosive quickness of a Montez Ford. Nice signature leg trip for William Regal. Exchanging strikes with Dawkins now. You see the effort he's putting into each and every one of those uppercuts. Finishes it off with a lariat. That's the southpaw William Regal. And now luring Dawkins back into the corner. And in comes Matthews. Out goes Dawkins to the floor. As they've decided on two singles contests here. William Regal follows Dawkins to the floor. Meanwhile, Matthews focuses on Montez Ford. Another divide and conquer strategy here in a tag match. This time with the goal on the line. Kawada kicks to the face of Montez Ford in the ring. Meanwhile, Angelo Dawkins is wearing William Regal out on the floor. Oh, Matthews now spills out. Ford follows him. This thing is getting out of hand, but there's nothing the referee can do until Buddy Matthews and Angelo Dawkins get back in the ring. And then this thing will settle down. Half of that has come to pass, at least momentarily, as Dawkins is in and out. Regal trying to lure Dawkins in, perhaps. All right. Regal trying to take the fight to Dawkins inside the ring, but Dawkins thinks better of it. Meanwhile, on the floor, Buddy Murphy with a powerbomb combination. Excuse me, Buddy Matthews with a powerbomb combination to Montez Ford, trying to use his current name. And we have finally settled things down here. Matthews trying to catch up to Dawkins, does just in time to prevent the tag. Dawkins and Regal are legal. Regal. Looking perhaps for the Regal stretch. That was the Regal cutter. I'd know that anywhere. As now Montez Ford is in there with the villainous William Regal. And once again, the action spilling out to the floor. We've had a lot of that this evening. A bit of Attitude Era booking in tonight's cards. A lot of brawling on the floor, getting close to the crowd, that sort of thing. Amping up the arena audience, as we are trying to do our best to entertain the 18,000 plus here in beautiful Mexico, coming off of a tour of Japan, or a show in Japan. Can't wait to get back to America in front of 40 to 65,000 of our closest fans. As the beating continues outside the ring, Montez Ford just goes back inside to taunt the crowd, or at least let them know that the end is nigh. As you can see now, the contender is trying to settle things down and get back into a regular contest. That's where they're at the advantage. I feel like the brawling out of the ring aspect is more favoring the Street Profits to this point. Nice quick tag by Regal. Up goes Matthews. Regal unfortunately thwarted or stopped whatever Matthews was going to attempt off the top, but Matthews is looking to press whatever advantage he could grab. A couple of power slams off the ropes. Kind of a sassy little pose there from Matthews, but all for naught as Montez Ford is able to get back to his corner. And in comes Dawkins. Double drop kick from the tag champs. Crowd going wild at this main event. Hang on. Flips him over into a DDT. Does Matthews and into the cover. 1, 2. No! Dawkins just gets out at 2.9. Tag titles in major jeopardy there, but Dawkins hangs on. Roll up.
1, 2, 3.
Got him! Montez Ford didn't know what to do. Victory roll spells victory for Buddy Matthews, and we have new tag team champions. 3/4 of the Heat business now have belts. Eddie Guerrero with the Hall of Fame championship, and now Regal and Buddy, the tag team champions. Now you can see Regal after the match getting into the face of Buddy Matthews and telling him this is exactly what he was missing. He did not ever win the tag team gold with his former partner Mad Polly, but let me press this button and tell you that we have new champions crowned. William Regal, Buddy Matthews, closing us out on a high note. 95 overall card average. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Full house of 18,000 plus. Let's see what else we can, what else happened here. Yep, new tag team champs. Surprising. Almost 20,000. Awesome. Okay, we have new. I didn't send anybody anywhere, so none of this is going to be me. New Triple Crown champ. Oh, G-Raver. That's unfortunate. Some stuff has come to light about him in real life. That big thumbs down on that dude. And we made about $1.5 million. So, not too shabby. Another tag team tournament this time with All Japan. All right. Let's see if there's any news, and then we'll shut her down for the night. I'll just do my normal maintenance I always do. Your wrestlers participated in a charity event. The fans love seeing this side of them. Well, that's nice. Jay Lethal wants to come in and fight. Sure. Toru Owashi, hang on, wants to come in. And from ROH. Let me just put Toru how do I spell that? Owashi from DDT. Sure. Oh, oh yeah. Yes, please, Gianna Barazzo. And from Impact, maybe we can do a rematch with her and Becky or something. You got it. All right, so got 3 people in. We are going to do our training center maintenance, like we always do. I'm a little out of sorts because I don't have the option to use my controller. Not that I use it that much, but just like it's my default for doing stuff on my computer, and it ran out of battery power. So I'm just doing the keyboard and mouse here. Will there be an AEW pay-per-view watch party? You mean in like the Discord? Maybe? I hadn't really considered that, but perhaps. I don't know if Dork's back to doing that sort of thing, but if I could find a stable enough stream, it's a possibility. I mean, I'm not going to rule it out. We can talk about that. Just hit me up on the Discord as the week goes on, and we'll figure it out from there. Okay. How we do merchandise-wise? Not bad. We blew out everything else that we needed to. We're gonna leave those at 100, like just 100, because they're only $80 a pop. Maybe we'll just clear them out next show. But we'll do fresh merchandise for the rest of it. Okay. We can still offer a contract because we have some room, but first and foremost, let's do this. Bill Bullock wants more money. Okay, I don't know why I alt-tabbed away from that. All right, so let's consult with Bill Bullock. There we go, tiny raise. Save after everyone. Jeff Jarrett wants more money? Sure, paying him to job. So far, 0-2, buddy. Oh, geez, we don't even have to get at $2,000 yet, so you get a bigger raise, for sure. There you go. There you go. So you get a maximum raise, just to see if that helps you. What's up? Keith Lee wants more money? No problem. Let's go over to Squared Circle K. Keith Lee wants, there you go, tiny raise for you. Personal advice. Flamita wants more money. Where are them heartbreakers? There they are. Flamita. Change salary. More money. There you go. Save that. Mike Awesome just got here. Not happy with their pay. Love it. There we go. His trust is already an A, but not that happy with his pay. I wonder if that means he's going to be trouble. My word, Montez Ford wants some money. They must have learned I'm getting $1 million a month. Ooh, this is the most exciting part of my week, doing all this. Rocco, I don't know if that's true yet. I don't know. TBD whether Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli, I suppose, winds up in AEW. They have so many people on their roster now. I don't even know if they need him. Personally, I hope he does like a more low-key thing where he's like, I'm going to sign up for a couple of like Impact tapings and then, because that does like 6 weeks of TV in like a weekend. And then, because that'll get you a pretty decent pay to start with. And then they also have ins with, well, they have ins with AEW, but they also have ins with New Japan. I feel Claudio, once travel opens up, gets himself over to New Japan and, you know, tears that place up for a year or two before he does anything over here. But who knows? Who knows? Until he shows up on TV anywhere, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. You know? Okay. Do I need more advice? Eddie wants more money. Man. Heat Business. Eddie Guerrero. Here you go. Tiny raise for you. Personal advice. Your wrestlers are starting to lose trust in you. That's just because I've hired some people lately that their trust level is low. Like, most of my people are okay. So Jeff Jarrett started to lose trust in me, which is weird because he's the one losing his matches. And I keep putting him in situations to, like, I gave him Bret Hart in his debut and he lost. I gave him some time off, like I gave him a month off, and then brought him back with like one-on-one Booker T and he lost. So kind of on you, buddy. I'm going to keep giving you matches. It's up to you to win them. Okay. I think that's everything I'm going to do for now. Let me just double check. And I know this is weird, but let me just see. Look at that. Out of nowhere, Darby Allin suddenly has a problem. Ha. Didn't use you last week, did I? Ba-doom. There we go. It's always good to check. Personal advice. Yohei now wants more. Oh my gosh. There's so many people that want moolah. Okay. Yohei. Ba-doop. I mean, it's a couple $100 here and there. Okay, now I'm going to leave again. Okay, there. I'm going to accept that as a final answer. There we go. Okay, so I can hire somebody, and I'll probably do that off screen. I'm going to book the May show. We have some friends in. I already wrote those down. We have a new world champion in CM Punk. We have new tag team champions in William Regal and Buddy Matthews of the Heat Business. Let me get myself back in front of the Cam Laxois so I can thank everybody for watching. No matter where or when you happen to be, I'm wishing everybody chill vibes and clear skies. And if you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. We are going to be back on the air Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with a bunch of hooligans as we get back to our roots in Ark Survival Evolved. It's going to be our first attempt. I say attempt because it's our first week with the game, so we're going to try to get as many people connected as we can. I think the limit's 8, but we'll see how that goes. And we'll just see what there is to see in that little caveman landscape. And if we like it, we'll keep going. And if we don't, we'll pivot and probably play another game. That's how we roll. It's just that easy. All right. Go ahead and find somebody to spread a little love to on our way out of here. Man, Iron Mouse is still going. That is insane. I started following her. Like, I have followed her periodically, but I have this weird thing in my brain where stuff that like me and my family tend to like tends to go away once we become really attached to it. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to get into examples because, number one, my mind's drawing a bit of a blank. But trust me, there are examples. Oh, like TV shows that we like that disappear. Food items at the grocery store that we discover just in time for the product to be discontinued. These are general examples, but believe me, there are specifics if I were to rattle around in my brain a little longer than that. All that to say, I am hesitant to follow Ironmouth because I appreciate her work and I like her streams and stuff, because I am worried that my being a fan of hers will somehow harm her. Because I know she deals with a lot of ailments. I just feel like universally, cosmically, somehow my interest in like paying close attention will somehow make it that she's no longer with us. So I'm staying at a respectful distance. It's a kind of morbid, eh? I'm staying at a respectful distance, and I'm very beyond pleased that she has 150,000 plus subscribers and going strong. That is insane. You know who we haven't raided in a long, long time is Moonlit. So let's go raid Moon. We've not done that in a long time, so let's go ahead and head over and see what they're up to. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow evening for some Ark. If not, thanks for hanging, and enjoy the rest of your night. Ta-ta.